Yeah, you showed me on the logo. Yep. About halfway through it. She's adjusting something here. Yeah, but we won't have an opening. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Carroll College PE Center. Joe McMahon along with Bill Riverrod, and we are here at the Carroll College PE Center for a Frontier Conference matchup between the Rocky Mountain Battling Bears and the homestanding Carroll College Fighting Saints. And Bob, we have a great game ahead of us here. Two teams that are near the top or at the top of the conference standings right now are going to do battle. We expect a great game.
Oh, it is. It's going to be a great game. These two teams both got a sweep over two Raider teams last week, and coming here meeting head-to-head tonight.
It should be an outstanding ball game. We'll have both the men's and women's this evening. Behind us, the opening prayer is being conducted. We'll join that in progress here momentarily. But basketball, Frontier Conference style here on the Wayland Tire Game of the Week here from the Carroll College PE Center. Joe McMahon, as I mentioned, and I'm happy that Bob able to come up from Marie Point, Montana, and join us. And you've covered quite a few of Rocky Mountain's games, and we'll use your expertise as we go through the game. So we'll go to the break, and when we'll be back, we'll be back with the pregame.
There are some things in life that require, demand something special.
These are the times when you must seek a steak that is truly worthy of the accomplishment at hand. And when no mere steak will do, the Silver Star Steak Company has your back. They use only the best certified Angus beef, delicately prepared with as much love as your occasion deserves.
When you deserve the best, the Silver Star Steak Company has a steak worthy of you.
Hey, what's up? Wait, you vape? You're usually such a control freak. I'm addicted. I used to smoke and vape, and the only thing in control was the nicotine. And do you have asthma? Yeah, but mine's just mild. It doesn't matter. It can still trigger an attack. I need to quit. Quitting is the best way to keep your asthma under control. Help from the 406, my friend. It's good. It's getting better.
Truck manufacturers these days are producing some pretty powerful trucks. That's why we designed the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. It's built with stronger advanced compounds that hold up to tougher conditions. The Defender LTX MS has outstanding all-season traction and excellent fuel efficiency backed by our 70,000-mile warranty. So whether it's a working truck or you're hauling your snowmobile or boat, you'll get the most out of every mile. Turn to the experts to find the right Michelin tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
We are back at the Carroll College PE Center. The starting lineups for the Carroll College Fighting Saints and the Rocky Mountain Battling Bears being introduced. The Battling Bears starting lineup coming out tonight, and they're led by Brooke Jones, who's been leading them in scoring all year, Bob, and she's a kid out of Manhattan that actually started her playing career here in Helena.
Yeah, she played here for a year and then went to Dawson Community College, I believe it was, and then now at Rocky.
So Farsvit Jones, Alicia Chamberlain, Jackson, and Brooke Jones in the starting lineup. Now the lineup for the Carroll College Fighting Saints, the Wayland Tire starting lineup will be introduced. Again, we're glad you could join us here in the capital city. Pretty good crowd gathering here during the women's game. And again, as I said, we'll have the men's game at 7:30 to follow. Bruce Parker will be sitting side by side with me to help us with that. So the starting lineup for Carroll College, there they are on your screen. You can see Bailey Pasta, number 1, who is their point guard. And there's that red shirt freshman, Danny Wagner, who they've really been high on. Wagner's come up this year and really performed well for him.
Yeah, I think it's, it's just that outside shooting. I think we talked about it being a key, Joe, and I think it's going to be big here tonight.
It'll be huge for them. Michaela Dowdy has been introduced. Hannah Dean, who is their leading scorer, junior out of Gardner, Montana, has been introduced. And she, as I said, she's their leading rebounder. Here's the keys to the game. We talked about inside rebounding for Rocky Mountain and continuous defensive effort for Carroll. They got to hit from the outside and feed the post tonight.
Yeah, Carroll is, anytime that they have made over 8 3-pointers in a ball game, they've been victorious. So Rocky very much well aware of that, and I think you're going to see a lot of pretty stingy defense on the perimeter for Rocky.
Wes Keller, a homecoming for him. He's from Helena. This is where he went to high school. He graduated. His dad was his coach here, and for Wes, it's a homecoming that he's, I'm sure, looking forward to, and he'll have his team well prepared. So here we go. Thanks for joining us. Both teams played last weekend. Rocky Mountain had a great weekend.
Well, actually, they both had equal weekends. They, as I said, they swept 2 top teams, LC and Western. Both of them did. So, looking for a great one here tonight.
So we are set to go. The ball in the air, and as you can see, it's tipped back to Carroll College, and we're rolling. That's Michaela Dowdy, the senior from Helena High, or from Helena Capital. It looks like Rocky Mountain's going to
come out in the zone defense here.
Little junk zone at the top. Carroll will work it around the perimeter, see what's going on. Dean, who can hit from throughout the floor. She's not just a post player. Misses that first one. A good battle for the rebound. And that's kind of Michaela Dowdy's game, Bob. I don't know if you've had a chance to watch her much, but she's that junkyard kid that you just love to have on your team because they're scrappy.
Yeah, those kind of kids just have a nose for the basketball. They always seem to be able to find the right spot to be at the right time.
It's not a kid you go outside and play one-on-one with unless you're sure you can beat her, because she's going to keep playing until she does beat you, right? So back at it, it's Farsteve. They'll work it over into that far right corner, and a good double team there, and the ball out of bounds. Alicia Chamberlain had it, but Rocky will keep the ball. They'll inbound.
Great defense there by Carroll and getting that ball trapped in the corner.
No score. Just underway from the PE Center. Glad you could join us on a January evening in the capital city. Ball goes underneath and quickly up off the glass. No good.
Ebony Jackson with a nice shot underneath. Just a little bit too much adrenaline there, I think, and the Saints come back the other way.
No, both teams not a lot of time between their last game Saturday night and tonight. And Rocky, of course, had to travel up to the capital city. Right down the lane, number 4, Danielle Wagner, and she'll put her up and in. So Danny Wagner starts the scoring for the Saints, and we are underway. The Montana Tobacco quit line scoreboard, 2-0 Carroll. Ball into the corner. They'll work it around the perimeter. Carroll sitting in his zone as well, Bob.
Yes, 2-3 zone here, and Rocky passing the ball around on the perimeter. Shot clock down to 7.
Down the lane goes Michaela Jones. She'll feed it to the post, put it up, no good. Missed by Farsfeed, and Pasta will clear it and push it up the other direction. Christine Denny to Michaela Dowdy. 3 Michaelas on this team for Carroll.
That's always fun.
There you go. Yep. Bailey will work the left side. Gets it back to Dean in the post one-on-one. She'll put the ball up off the front of the rim, and it's cleared by Rocky. One and done. Good job defensively rebounding right now off the top for Rocky.
I think both teams coming up a little short, Joel, and that might be from, playing this quick from Saturday till tonight. Legs are a little bit tired to get this thing started.
These kids are in great shape, though. The workouts start early in the spring, and they continue all through the summer, so these girls are in shape. Right down the lane, and we got a whistle. Looks like a travel. It was Chamberlain.
Rocky taking a lot of time off the shot clock. Each one of their possessions this far. Carroll been a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end and trying to score a little sooner in the shot clock.
Dean down the right side of the lane. As you saw, we got a whistle and a foul, and we got a cameraman on the ground. Looks like he's going to be okay.
Foul on number 32, Ebony Jackson.
So Jackson picks up that first foul.
Hannah Dean shooting 2 free throws.
These two teams in the conference right near are at the top. Both off to good starts this year.
Yeah, both coming into this with a 3-1 mark in conference play.
And overall records are fairly similar. Dean hits the first one, gets the second, as you can see. So back we go the other way. Rocky with the basketball. Coming off 2 big victories over the weekend, as Carroll, the Lady Saints, did as well. Right into the lane, down the lane, and up off the glass. Nicely done by number 33, Alicia Chamberlain, a junior out of Miles City, Montana.
Alicia did a nice job penetrating there, though that natural left-hander put it up with the right hand on that one.
Put it up strong. There's Dean right down the lane. She starts up with the right hand. Ball goes out of bounds. And good job that time defensively by Ebony Jackson of not committing the foul, getting good position. Or at least it wasn't called if she did,
I think, you know what, all the games I've seen in the Frontier, Joe, the officials pretty much been letting the kids play this year.
I watched the game last year. In fact, we worked one last year, Bob, with Michaela Dowdy fouled out of the game. We got a whistle on the drive. Hannah went down the lane left side. We got a whistle. This time I think they did get Jackson. But anyway, Michaela fouled out, and she only played maybe 5 minutes, and every foul she contested. So after the game, I said, Coach Sayers, you won the game, but Michaela didn't commit any of those fouls, and she started laughing. She said, not a single one. I said, no. Ask her.
Ebony Jackson's going to pick up her second personal foul. And
so she's going to have to sit.
Markayla Francis will come in for the Bears.
So a sophomore, 6-foot sophomore out of Great Falls. Been getting some minutes for Coach Keller.
Hannah Dean, a 79% free throw shooter on the year, goes 4 for 4 here tonight.
She's real calm. And, of course, Carroll playing this year without Cassidy Hashley. They expected her to play, but she took a medical red shirt this year, and she'll be back next year. But between her and Hannah Dean, those are 2 pretty good post players. Well, Michaela Dowdy has stepped in and done a great job for Carroll. The Batland Bears work the ball around the perimeter. That is Michaela Jones. Farstveit. Brooke Jones has it in the corner, down the lane. That's Chamberlain, left hand off the glass, and there's her strong hand. She put it up with that too. So Chamberlain, I'm impressed with how well she moves without the ball.
Yes, she's very active without the ball on offense and defensively as well.
Montana Tobacco quit line scoreboard. It is 6-4 Carroll with the early lead. 3 ball on the way from Wagner. Danny Wagner, the redshirt freshman out of Havre, Montana, rings the bell. And Carroll up by 5.
That was kind of one of our points of the game, Joe, was that outside shooting of Carroll.
It's critical to open up the inside game for the post players. Chamberlain down the lane, leaves it for Jones. Her shot partially blocked. It's loose and past it, comes out of there with it. And the senior from Nampa, Idaho, gets the ball up ahead, and Wagner to the rack. Danny Wagner came with high accolades from high school, and she's living up to it. She redshirted last year, but she's got a lot to offer. Good athlete.
Good job of looking up the floor there and getting that outlet break.
Farstveit will back it out to Michaela Jones on the right wing. Down to the baseline, it goes to Brooke. She's double teamed in the corner, in some trouble, and she gets some help. We got a whistle. A nice job that time breaking to the basket, Michaela Jones, and giving her a place to throw the basketball, and we got a whistle on the St. foul. Timeout on the court.
Number 10, Christine Danier,
First Interstate, or the Montana Tobacco quit at the scoreboard. Carroll leads 11-4.
because of the generous donation.
Hi, I'm Christy.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Sarah from Northwestern Energy. Natural gas appliances provide wonderful benefits when used properly.
But faulty or improperly maintained devices can cause carbon monoxide poisoning. Keep your family safe
by installing carbon monoxide detectors on every level of your house. And make sure your gas appliances are properly vented. If your carbon monoxide alarm goes off,
get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy. Together,
we can deliver a brighter future.
In 1968, Homer Scott Sr. purchased a small bank in Sheridan, Wyoming. That endeavor was the start of First Interstate Bank. Homer knew that the bank would only be as strong as the communities it served. Today, Homer's credo still holds true. First Interstate has donated more than $50 million and 154,000 volunteer hours to nonprofit organizations and the communities it serves. First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together.
Welcome back to the Carroll College PE Center. Joe McMahon, Bob Ritterott with you. Frontier Conference women's basketball on tap tonight to be followed by the men's action. And right now it is Carroll College up 7, 11-4. And early on, both teams sitting in zone defenses, trying to feel each other out. Danny Wagner's starting to warm up for Carroll. And Hannah Dean has been steady already for Rocky Mountain College. They got a couple buckets from Alicia Chamberlain on some cuts to the basket, but Carroll's defense has been pretty solid.
Been real solid. They've been doing a real good job on the double team in the corners and forcing Rocky into some tough situations.
Bears get the ball at the free throw line to Chamberlain. Now it's back out to Michaela Jones. To Brooke Jones. She's trying to dump the ball inside to Justin Jewell, who's checked in. And the ball's knocked out of bounds on last touch by Jewell. 6-foot junior out of Billings.
And Carroll get the ball in the backcourt here, bring it up.
So Jaden Lyman has checked in along with Una Harrington for Carroll College. Lyman with it there. There's Harrington. Dean works the ball around the quarter, or Wagner, excuse me, to the rack, and that shot no good. She had another good look, but Jewell clears the miss. Jewell doesn't hesitate, stops and fires, and can't get that to go. Obviously, she has the green light because she didn't hesitate, Bob.
No, she's a pretty good three-point shooter. I see, looks like Rocky gone to a man-to-man defense here, Joe.
Lyman to Harrington, now to Dean. Leaves it for Wagner. She's got the three if she wants it, decides not to. Back to Pasta and to Wagner. Carroll not sure what to do offensively here as the switch in defense. It's got to puzzle a bit, and Dean misses. So Michaela Jones will clear it for the Battling Bears. That's Jewell. Carroll also looks like they've changed their defense, Bob, out of the timeout. Quickly the ball goes inside, and they go right away. We got a whistle and a foul as Francis had it. Nice move on the post. And a Saint foul.
Arcada Francis out of Great Falls. I think she finished her senior year at Highwood.
She's at the free throw line yet to score tonight. Just 4 points thus far for Rocky. Both of those coming from Chamberlain. Smith will check in for Rocky. Lexi Smith, a 5'9" junior out of Utah, Harriman, Utah.
Arcada Francis, a 60% free throw shooter on the season.
And that just dropped. She missed a pair.
Rebound, Una Harrington.
So Harrington clears it, and Pasta will bring it back up across. So Carroll leads it by 7 on the Montana Tobacco quit line scoreboard. Wayland Tire Game of the Week. Glad you could join us. Exciting action here from the Carroll College PE Center. Glad you could bring it to us. Settle in on a beautiful evening in Montana. Pasta down the lane, softly up, and drops it through. Some pretty good touch that time. Pasta able to pull up when she needed to.
Great job of penetration, and like you said, Joe, she didn't force that into the defense. She pulled up and got a nice open shot.
A good roll. Michaela Jones will work the left wing this time. Into the corner, it's Jewell. Another deep ball, that won't go. And Lyman's going to push it up the right side. Didn't have the number, smartly backed it out, and she'll set the offense up. Hannah Dean will leave it for Harrington, who's going to fire from deep.
Rebound, Haley Farspeed.
Nothing for her, and Farspeed clears it. Both these teams recruit pretty heavily out of Montana, and they get some pretty good players.
Yeah, that's one nice thing about the Frontier Conference, Joe. There's a lot of Montana kids playing. I think that's why we see a lot of good crowds and attendance at these ball games.
Yep, Montana people want to come watch them play. A deep ball by Michaela Jones. Missed it, but Francis clears it. That was an NBA range three. She's too small to be shooting it that far. Farspeed will leave it for Michaela to the baseline. Harrington reaches in, knocks the ball loose. Shot clock still at 16. Scramble for the ball. Lyman gets it, leaves it for Pasta 2-on-1, and she'll lay it up softly and put it in. She had Brittany Johnson in the trail, but she was up ahead of the defender. She went right to the rack.
Yeah, I think Farspeed kind of thought that was going to be, an easy pick there, but great job by the Saints to challenge that.
And great defense in the quarter right there, Bob, as they double teamed on Francis, and she ended up with a jump ball, and Carroll's going to get the basketball.
And Carroll's just done a great job. That's probably about the 4th or 5th time, Joe, that they've trapped in that corner.
Same spot, yeah.
Yeah, you know, and they use the sideline and the baseline well there and make it difficult. And the thing that people don't realize is these girls aren't short. They're long and tall.
Yes, they are. Dowdy in the post. She'll wheel. Double teamed. Fights her way through. Went up with the shot. The referee ducks the basketball coming out there and heads over and says it's number Brooke Jones picks up her first personal foul. So Dowdy to the free throw line. Senior from Capital High School, played for Bill Pilgrim, who had a pretty successful career here at Carroll College.
Shoots 63% from the charity stripe on the season, averaging 8 points, 2 rebounds a game.
She gets them both. And Carroll opens up a 13-point lead on the Montana Tobacco Quitline scoreboard. It's 17-4, the Saints. Wayland Tire, game of the week. Saints, things going their way early on, but lots of basketball left to be played. Farspeed looking inside, trying to get the ball to Jones as she's cruising through the paint. She's got it now with Dowdy behind her, and she'll leave it for Jewell, and a blocking foul. I believe it was Harrington who came over.
Yeah, it was kind of just one of those collision fouls, I call them, Joe. You know, it's one of those you hate to see either player pick up a foul on there because it was just kind of a incidental contact, I guess.
Nobody trying to run somebody over, just getting at the same spot at the same time. Jewell will put it up and in. It was a scoreless drought, a long scoreless drought here in the first quarter for Rocky Mountain, at least the last 5 minutes. And now Jewell gets 1 of 2 to make it 17-5. Lyman's going to push it, and we got a whistle. Farspeed picks up a personal foul. Carroll also recruits pretty heavily out of Washington. They have 3 players on their roster from Spokane area.
A lot of good basketball players in Washington, in both men's and women's.
Lyman has it swatted loose. She picks it back up. Brittany Johnson now, man-to-man defense, put on by the Batlin Bears. Alexi Smith keeping track of Johnson. Now it's Harrington. Carroll works it around the perimeter. Denny with it. Into the corner, shot on the way, off the side of the glass, no good. Harrington can't get it to go with 19 seconds to go. And let's see if the Batlin Bears, they're going to pull it back and try and get the last look here. Coach Keller up off the bench.
Rocky needs to get a shot here, a good shot, get some points on the board to end this first period.
And Jones wide open from 3. And that may be just what they need as she knocks that down at 3. And the Montana Tobacco Quitline scoreboard makes it 17-8. Carroll with the lead. We're going to break away. We'll be back with second quarter action.
All right, Saints fans,
after
how's
this.
everybody doing tonight? Oh, I know it's early. Let's get a little.
My financial education basically just consisted of advice my parents gave to me.
They start becoming more aware of what their money is doing and what they're doing with their money.
It's relative, it's timely, it's fresh.
Very engaging, it's easy to follow, and it's interesting.
A lot of our classes are preparing us for college and to think, but this one is preparing us for life.
Our mission here at Opportunity Bank is to provide strong financial futures for Montanans, and we believe that financial literacy plays a big role in that.
In the 1950s, people thought cigarettes were harmless. Today, it's e-cigarettes. Vaping is highly addictive. Plus, there's diethylene glycol used in antifreeze. Lead, formaldehyde, acetone, carcinogens, and toxic chemicals in the vapor. E-cigarettes are not regulated. Corporate tobacco hasn't changed their game, just their technology. If you want to quit, call the Quit line for free help and FDA-approved medications.
Truck manufacturers these days are producing some pretty powerful trucks. That's why we designed the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. It's built with stronger advanced compounds that hold up to tougher conditions. The Defender LTX MS has outstanding all-season traction and excellent fuel efficiency backed by our 70,000-mile warranty. So whether it's a working truck or you're hauling your snowmobile or boat, you'll get the most out of every mile. Turn to the experts to find the right Michelin tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
Back to the Carroll College PE Center, quarter number 2 underway. In the first quarter, interesting statistics. What do you got, Bob?
Well, it's kind of interesting. Field goal percentage, I think, is probably the huge part of the thing here. Carroll shooting 45, Rocky 33%, but it's the number of shots. Rocky just not getting many shots.
And Rocky just committed another turnover. Carroll will push the ball up the court, leading it by 9. A big three-point shot by Brooke Jones for Rocky as time expired in the first quarter. But Carroll picks up a Rocky turnover, looking to turn it into points there. Wes Keller doing a good job of mixing up his defensive. Carroll taking a while to figure out where to go. Harrington will go baseline. Shot no good, partially blocked from behind. Jewell got a piece of that. And Farspeed will push it up the right side.
And it looks like Carroll's going to stay in that man-to-man defense here in this second period.
I think that plays into Rocky's favor. You got a pretty good post player. He's got the ball right now one-on-one with Michaela Dowdy. She's got her hands full. And Jones will go to the rack and nicely up and under. Reaches up underneath Dowdy's arm and puts it up. And then pretty good defense by Dowdy, but better offense by Jones.
Yeah, that little scoop shot's pretty hard to stop, either side of the basket. But you're right. I think that man-to-man defense from Carroll probably favors Rocky.
At the moment, definitely. Harrington, left side to Denny. Hesitates, down the lane, up off the glass, too hard, rebound, back up by Dowdy, didn't get it. Ball still loose, and Jones out of there, 4-on-3. Jones thought about it, decided not to. Lyman picks up Jewell. Move it back to Jewell, and then underneath quickly, nice pass, good ball movement. Jones just missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't, those are the kind that make coaches old, Joe. You got to have those kind.
Yep. Everything went right except the ball didn't go in the hole.
That's where I lost my hair.
Harrington, I raised 3 daughters. That did it to me. Lyman will drive to the baseline. Nice defensive play that time by Chamberlain. Swatted the ball loose, and they got it back, kept it in bounds. Chamberlain will push it up the right side, right to the rack, and through a Carroll defender, and they're going to get a blocking foul on the defender. This time I think it's Harrington. All right, let's take a look on the replay line. First replay of the game. Yeah, we'll try and pick that up for you in a little bit.
Chamberlain kind of got bailed out there on that foul. She was behind the backboard. Not much she would have been able to do with that, Joe. So the Saints kind of bailed her out on that one.
So we got the opportunity to bank instant replay.
And you see Chamberlain coming down here, but she was definitely behind the backboard and kind of a bailout.
She'll take it. She gets 2. And the Montana Tobacco Quitline scoreboard, it's a 5-point Saint lead. Joe McMahon, Bob Ritterott with you from the PE Center in the capital city of Helena, Montana. Dowdy at the top of the lane with it. They swing it around to Dean. She draws a lot of attention. She'll spin to the baseline, left hand, no good. Rebound, Jones. Great defense that time by Jones. And again, as we mentioned in her opening, Brooke Jones started her college career here at Carroll. Quickly, she left early in the fall semester and ended up down at Rocky in the end. Shot off the glass, no good, Farspeed, but the rebound comes out deep, and Michaela Jones runs it down. So the intensity for Rocky picking up here, as is the defensive effort on the other end.
Yeah, I think that they've kind of survived that storm, Rocky has right here, and I think a little bit of a momentum shift, but Carroll's going to have to step up and get some stops here as well.
They dump the ball inside to Jones, or to Francis, and Dowdy plays pretty good defense. Francis can't get it to go.
Great defense by Dowdy there, pushing Francis out, not letting her get her shoulder into that shot.
They dump it into the baseline to Denny. Back out to Dean. She'll fire it up from the elbow, right side, no good. And Dowdy's getting tired. She's, you watch her, she's dragging a little bit. She's been in up and down. They haven't been out.
No, this is an up and down ball game here tonight between these two teams. Both of them like this up tempo as Michaela Jones goes to the hole.
Yeah, she does. She creates the contact, pushes off, puts it up, and she can't get it to go. Boy, she's quick. We would need you, me, and Carl to cover her. I know that for sure. Dowdy's shot, no good. Yeah, and Francis can't get it to go. Or Francis clears it, excuse me. Dowdy can't get it to fall.
Shooting percentage kind of leveling out here now, I would say, Joe, between these two teams. Carroll started out hot, but Rocky doing a little bit better here in this second period.
Carroll leaves Jones open, and she hurts him again. Their second triple of the night.
Is that 2 or 3, Joe? I'm not sure.
I believe it is a 2. 17-15, you're right. Timeout on the court. 17-15 will return. We're back with more action after this.
If you got $5, you could get like 9.96 inches of sandwich. Woo! Or you can get a real meal with a charbroiled double cheeseburger, dog, fries, and a cookie. The $5 All-Star Meals, only at Hardee's. If you got $5, you could fill up on a gas station burrito that tastes like diesel and sadness. Or you can choose a real meal with 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders, fries, and a cookie. The $5 All-Star Meals, only at Hardee's.
My financial education basically just consisted of advice my parents gave to me.
They start becoming more aware of what their money is doing and what they're doing with their money.
It's relative, it's timely, it's fresh.
Very engaging, it's easy to follow, and it's interesting.
A lot of our classes are preparing us for college and to think, but this one is preparing us for life.
Our mission here at Opportunity Bank is to provide strong financial futures for Montanans, and we believe that financial literacy plays a big role in that.
The Wayland Tire Game of the Week brought to you by Opportunity Bank, Montana Chevy Dealers, Montana Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW, Northwestern Energy, and First Interstate Bank. Joe McMahon and Bob Ritterott with you from the PE Center. In what was a 13-point lead at one time for Carroll now has been cut to 2 as the second quarters really belong to Rocky Mountain College so far. Bob.
Yeah, they kind of weathered that storm. Like you said, Coach Keller never got very excited over there, and we got a whistle and going to be a foul away from the ball here, Joe.
Yeah, it's completely away from the ball. It's a Rocky foul.
Number 44,
Markela Francis picks that one up. Just her first personal foul. 5:28 to go on the Montana Tobacco Quit Line scoreboard. Carroll with a 2-point advantage. Pasta from the corner, a triple, and that is definitely a 3. Pasta, nice soft touch from the corner. She's a prototypical point guard for Carroll in that, Bob. She waits to see what they need. They need her to score, to facilitate. She can do it all.
Yeah, she did. That's a big basket there. We'll kind of see if that's going to be a little bit of a momentum shift here for the Saints.
Big triple. We've got a whistle and a foul on Wagner.
Out of bounds, Rocky.
At halftime, we will have Saints head football coach Mike Van Diest will join me. Talk a little recruiting, training. And we got a whistle, a turnover, a 5-second call on the baseline. Good defense for the Saints.
I believe Coach Keller.
I stand corrected. You're right. Coach Keller got a
it.
timeout. He saw it coming.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's a 30-second timeout. Looks like we're going to keep it here. But Coach Van Diest has been at the helm here at the Carroll College for quite a while. The last 3 seasons haven't gone the way he wanted. So he is in the process of really working really hard to get, and he has been over the past 2 years, to get it turned around. And he'll get it there. He's a heck of a coach. He's a fixture. He's had a lot of success here.
Well, Joe, a lot of people, you hear all this stuff about Coach Van Diest, but Coach Van Diest has made the Frontier Conference what they are in football right now. He's made everybody, you either play with us or go home.
Yeah, you either got better or you weren't going to get first.
That's right. And this whole conference football conference owes Mike Van Diest a lot.
That's true. Good point. Ball inbounded out deep to Alicia Chamberlain, who's checked in, runs it down before it hits the midcourt stripe and leaves it for their point guard, Michaela Jones. 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. A shot from the corner from Farspeet, no good. Rebound, Dean had it, and she corrals it again. Chamberlain, kind of a pesky kid. She's over there trying to swat it loose. The ball knocked loose, however. Michaela Jones knocks it loose, and Brooke Jones picks it up. Farspeet will bring it across. 5-point Saint lead in the second quarter. Both teams winning a pair of games over the weekend over 2 very tough opponents, UM Western and LC State. Down the lane, off the glass, nicely done.
2 points, Alicia
Chamberlain went to that left hand on the right side, but made it work.
And Chamberlain coming out here, I believe that might be her 6th or 8th point. I'm not sure which it is tonight, but I'll check it here in a second.
Past a deep 3, and she gets another one, rings the bell from deep. They backed off, and she took the shot.
Back-to-back 3-pointers from her. That's huge.
So she's got a couple from beyond the arc. Battling Bears with the basketball, and they're looking to go right back inside to Francis, and then to Chamberlain, who's going to work her way around Dean, and we got a whistle. I think they got Hannah on the bump.
A little bit of contact on the drive there. They're going to say it's a shot. They're going to give Chamberlain 2 here.
Coach Rochelle Sayers and her assistants, J.D. Solomon, and also Gary Turcott. That's a pretty good assistant to have on the bench. That's not bad.
Not bad.
It's not some new kid out of grad school, right?
No, it isn't.
Chamberlain, first one, not good. Second one knocks her down.
Coach might have invented grad school.
Yep, he does a good job.
Oh,
he's
he's
great.
a great guy.
He's been all about Carroll basketball for a long time. Came to us from Great Falls High School, where he was successful up there. So Carroll on top by 5 as we reach the halfway point, just beyond the halfway point of quarter number 2. 14 seconds on the shot clock. The Saints work it back to the top. That's number 10, Denny. In she goes to Dean. She'll turn face up over Jones and knock it down.
Huge basket there by Dean. Not just the shot itself, Joe, but mentally going up over Jones there. I think that's going to be huge.
Michaela Jones will try another deep 3. She's got the green light from inside the front door.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pasto bring it across the midcourt line. Almost traveled, and did she? Yes, she did. Interesting, the official the farthest away from that call. Did you notice that? The 2 guys standing nearby, they waited. But I think that's the correct call. She drugged that foot.
Rocky will bring it back here, trailing by 7. Those 2 big threes were important there by Pasta.
They were. Jewel will control it. Around the top of the lane it goes to Farsfeet on the far right elbow in front of the Saint bench. To Francis at the high post. They back off. They're going to give her that shot if she wants it. Jones will take it from the corner. That won't go, and Dean did a great job of checking off and clearing it. Hannah does a lot of things for Carroll, a lot of things right. So Denny will back it up, set it up from the top of the lane. Dowdy thinking about coming up and setting an on-ball screen for her. Holds off. Instead they go to Dean. To Pasto, who's hit the past 2 shots for Carroll. 2 3 balls. Dowdy in the lane. She's going to turn into the lane, splits the defender. She'll go to the free throw line. And she's just relentless. She decides that she's going to the basket, she's going.
Foul on number 34, Brooke Jones, her second, team second. Michaela Dowdy.
You talk about Hannah Dean, Joe. She was in high school a heralded volleyball player. In fact, I think she was the Gatorade Player of the Year her senior year in volleyball, and she surprised a lot of people when she came here and played basketball.
Yeah, I'm sure Mo Boyle, the volleyball coach here at Carroll, has probably talked to her and said, hey, you sure you don't want to try and do both? Right? I'll work with you.
She was pretty good.
Yeah. Wagner's going to sit down for Carroll. Brittany Johnson back into the game. Dowdy hits the first one. Rims out of there. Jewel will clear it. So Carroll up by 18, or up by, get it right this time, 8. Been up by as many as 13 early on, but back came Rocky. At the close of quarter 1, Carroll has regained some of that momentum. Jewel has it in front of the Saint bench. They'll dump it inside. Jones peeks over, or Francis peeks over her shoulder, turns baseline, can't get it to go, and Dowdy clears it. Dean and Dowdy have been doing a great job rebounding the basketball. Carroll not real deep at the post. They've got Harrington who'll come in and spell them. But those 2 girls log a lot of minutes for Carroll.
Rebounds pretty even in this ball game, 13-14 for the 2 teams.
Dean on the drive tried to leave it for Dowdy, and it's stolen away. Francis with the steal. Farsfeet with the basketball up the right side. Great basketball game. There goes Jones right down the lane, floats it up over Dowdy and knocks it home. Michaela Jones, senior out of Linwood, Washington.
She had 20 points at halftime the other night, picking up her first 2 here in this ball game.
Last year, late in the season, Rocky came to Carroll, and if I remember correctly, she was injured.
Yeah, she tore her knee up last year.
3 ball, no good, but Brittany Johnson clears the miss. For Carroll, they'll have another opportunity. I just remember they weren't quite sure what to do because she obviously makes the offense go for them.
She wanted to play pretty bad that night. She heard it the night before. I believe, I'm not sure where we were at, but she heard it the night before. But she
left hand off the glass for Dowdy, rimmed around. He heard the crowd say, oh, that was close. She couldn't get it to fall, though. Under a minute to play here at halftime. Again, Mike Van Diest scheduled to join us here at the broadcast table. It's always fun talking to Coach Van Diest. Jewell back up top now. They'll swing it around the right side. 10 seconds, 9 on the shot clock. Carroll should get the last shot, but Rocky's looking to get a good one here with 5 seconds to go. Jewell's going to fire it up. A little strong off the back of the iron. Carroll has it with 15 to go and the ball at midcourt. Denny's going to slow it up, walk it up. Coach Scher's about 2 steps in on the playing court, yelling instructions. The officials aren't looking, so it's okay. Denny to the left side of the free throw line, back to Dowdy. Nice pass off the glass.
Beautiful give and go there for the end of first half with that 2 points.
So, Whalen Tire game of the week, Montana Tobacco quit line, 28-20, Carroll College with the lead. We'll be back. Okay.
Brr! Winter's grip is hanging on. Make it through the rest of winter with huge savings and great discounts on every 4x4 and all-wheel drive in stock at Chevrolet Buick GMC of Helena. Lease a new 2018 Chevy Equinox LS all-wheel drive for only $299 a month with $299 to its signing. Or lease a loaded 2017 Chevy Silverado 1500 LTZ Crew Cab 4x4. Now just $499 a month. Even take home a new loaded 2017 GMC Canyon Duramax Diesel Crew Cab 4x4. Lease for only $399 a month. Fight back against winter with help from Chevrolet Buick GMC of Helena.
Hi, I'm Christy.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Sarah from Northwestern Energy. Natural gas appliances provide wonderful benefits when used properly.
But faulty or improperly maintained devices can cause carbon monoxide poisoning. Keep your family safe
by installing carbon monoxide detectors on every level of your house. And make sure your gas appliances are properly vented. If your carbon monoxide alarm goes off,
get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy. Together,
we can deliver a brighter future.
In 1968, Homer Scott Sr. purchased a small bank in Sheridan, Wyoming. That endeavor was the start of First Interstate Bank. Homer knew that the bank would only be as strong as the communities it served. Today, Homer's credo still holds true. First Interstate has donated more than $50 million and 154,000 volunteer hours to nonprofit organizations and the communities it serves. First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together.
We'd like to welcome our network affiliates for today's game. SWX in Billings, Bozeman, Butte, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, and Yakima. We're happy to have you enjoy the game with us. Welcome, everybody. It's halftime at the Carroll College PE Center. I'm joined by St. football coach Mike Van Diest. And Coach Van Diest, it's a pleasure, always a pleasure to spend time with you. And I know this off-season, you've just been sitting back in your easy chair waiting for the next season, right?
Well, I know you didn't ask me to come up here and critique the basketball at all because I don't know anything about the basketball games other than I had a high school coach that said, shoot till you're hot, when you're hot, keep shooting, and that's all I know.
That's right. That's it, huh? Tell us a little bit about the offseason. Obviously you're well into preparing for the 2018 season.
Well, the season, ended too short for us. We don't go to the playoffs. It's there's a lot of dead time for us in terms of getting game planning done.
Sure.
But we've been on the road recruiting. We've been in Colorado, Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, Washington. I was out to Minnesota. We signed a really good player out of Missouri. So we're trying to hit all different parts of the country and seeing who can come to Carroll College. So recruiting's it never ends. It's an ongoing issue.
When you start with that recruiting process, obviously you're talking about the program to these kids and you're trying to convince them to come. How much does the school itself play into the education they're going to receive here? Because obviously it's pretty top-notch.
Well, that's a big part about it, whether it's pre-professional and you're talking about medical school, pre-law, pre-dental, that type of thing. The engineering program, the civil engineering program is great. So, yeah, a young guy has to have a pretty good idea about the academics before they sit on campus. And certainly the one great thing that Carroll does is we offer tremendous academic scholarships. So that helps us a lot get our foot in the door.
Definitely does. Now, the conference itself is year in and year out very tough. There's no easy game anymore. In this conference, you have to come prepared to play every game. You know that, and the conference has just got better and better. And a lot of it's been to the success Carroll has had over the past 15 years, and you have a lot of credit to that. But these teams have gotten better. The depth has gotten better, and as you know, the competition's tough.
Well, I credit a lot to the coaches in this league. When you look at who the coaches are, these guys are lifers. Chuck Morrell's a great coach down at Tech, and Coach Hall stepping in for Coach Howard. after his passing out of Southern Oregon. He's a longtime Division I coach, and that's the same way across the board everywhere. And you look at the style of coaching that's going on and attracting the type of student athletes.
Yeah.
It's nothing against the old Frontier Conference, but it's not the old Frontier Conference anymore. And it's certainly in the state of Montana. Montana high school football is dominated by outstanding coaching at this level.
Yes.
And, we're beneficiaries of that, as all the schools are.
Yeah, you're able to get kids from throughout Montana, as well as the Northwest. You mentioned where you've been recruiting, but a lot of kids from Montana are choosing to come here, and they perform pretty well.
Well, we've had a lot of success with it. You know, we just need to find a couple more Tyler Emmerts and a couple Gary Coopers and guys like that. But no, it's an ongoing thing, and it's amazing now with social media and with all these recruiting boards and recruiting agencies. We're getting letters from kids for 2019, 2020 already. We're not even done with the 2018 recruiting class, Joe. So, yeah, you got to have somebody in that film room at all times evaluating film and looking at prospects for a year or 2 years down the road.
Now, I'm going to start a big rumor here because I know you're an East Helena guy, right? Yeah. And they're looking at starting maybe their own high school here in a few years. So it'd be a perfect time for you to transition back to something a little lower level.
I tell you what, that's been a dream of mine since I was a little kid growing up on Clark Street and out in East Town on the wrong side of Prickly Pear Creek. I think it's awesome, you know. It just gives more kids a chance to play sports. Sure. It's great academics, and you look at what Ron Whitmore's done out there as a superintendent and the schools out there at the middle school in East Valley. You know that, shoot. I think it's tremendous, and I hope I'm around to see that day when that school's being built.
So you'll take the coaching job. That's great. I'll let Ron know.
If they'll let me know, I'll come in and I'll just sweep floors and be the line coach.
All right, well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Harry Clark, also a coach here at Carroll College. But Coach Van Diest, best of luck next year, and it's always a pleasure.
Thanks, Joe. Happy New Year to everybody.
Right,
Thank you.
Let me introduce you to the BF Goodrich All-Terrain TA KO2 tire. With technology designed to conquer the harshest terrain on Earth, the KO2 is BF Goodrich's toughest all-terrain tire ever. And now, that Baja-born toughness is ready for you. Whether you're at work or at play, take on your toughest road challenges with confidence. Turn to the experts at Wayland Tire to find the right BF Goodrich tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
This is an Abbey pizza. Mushrooms, chicken, roasted red peppers, and olives.
This is the Kendall pizza. Pepperoni, sausage, Canadian bacon, and black olives.
This is the Big Dave and Paula pizza. Mine is chicken and Gouda.
Mine's red sauce, big cheese, big meat, big everything.
Come discover your pizza among the 104,285,000 different combinations, or you can choose one of our 10 signature pizzas on the menu at Bert and Ernie's, located in downtown Helena.
My name's Philip Davis. I'm from Boone, North Carolina, and I'm a senior in the Aeronautical Science program.
My name is Margaret Cleveland. I'm a freshman from Broadview, Montana.
Hi, I'm Melvin Ware, a senior from Dunmore, Montana.
Did you know that RMC awarded over $11 million in scholarships this year?
Did you know that 99% of Rocky students receive scholarships?
Thank you for enabling us to be first-generation college students.
Thank you for your investment in our Impact Today, Transform Tomorrow campaign in support of our new facilities.
Thank you for giving me a chance.
Thank you!
.50% to 22 for. Never seen a Carroll team that didn't. To be honest with you, rebounding wise, they're awful even there. It really doesn't look like it if you're watching the game. I would say that Carroll is out rebounding Rocky, but they're pretty even, 16 to 15 there. You know, an assist. Turnovers, you know, pretty even there. If you look at the stats here, it's a lot closer than what the scoreboard is.
It really is. And when you look back at those rebounds, notice that Rocky has 2 offensive rebounds, Carroll 1. So you're getting one shot and it's done. Yeah. You're heading the other way. So that's a credit to their defense and how well they check off. But it's been a pretty good battle all the way. A couple of key points. I think you mentioned one, and that was the interview or not the interview, the 3-point shots Bailey Pasta put up late in that second quarter, halfway through that second quarter, that really kind of turned the tide for Carroll and got them going again.
Yeah, it was they were kind of in a little bit of a lull right there, and that, Joe, when I was coaching, I always said that you should always score coming out of an inbounds play because you can practice. That's the only play that you can practice in the game of basketball. And Coach Sayers did a great job of them scoring in that, coming out of that inbounds play, out of that timeout, and that's kind of changed the momentum back to Carroll, I think, here in this second period.
It certainly has. Alicia Chamberlain has had a good first half for Rocky Mountain. She got them going early with a couple of quick buckets, but she's just been a constant force on both ends of the floor. She's got a motor, and it doesn't shut off.
Yeah, she's very aggressive. Typically draws a tough defensive assignment as well.
The Wayland Tire Game of the Week brought to you by Opportunity Bank, Montana Chevy Dealers, Montana Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW, Northwestern Energy, and First Interstate Bank. And we thank all of the sponsors bringing us the Wayland Tire Game of the Week from the Carroll College PE Center.
And this is we've got a replay coming up. Yeah, that was the end of the first half there. Just a great give and go there on the Opportunity Bank's replay.
Nice job that time by looking for Dowdy, who just continued to move without the ball. Carroll, we see there on that replay, Hannah Dean hitting a shot, a 17-footer from the elbow. And this will be Pasta pushing that ball up ahead, always looking ahead. And Wagner had a spurt there of 3 or 4 minutes where she really started to carry him a little bit. And for Rocky Mountain, this shot was huge, I thought, for Brooke Jones at the end of the first quarter.
Yep, that was kind of gave Rocky a little bit of a boost there at the end of the first and got him going into the second a little bit. And
this is a little isolation, Dowdy on Jones, and she takes advantage, scoops it up and under, shows her skills.
Nice little finger roll there.
Joe, imagine had Brooke Jones stayed here and been playing here with Dowdy and Dean. Oh my gosh, that'd be a tough conference. Looks like we do have. So we are back, and it looks like we do have our track coach, Harry Clark, here with us. So I'll scoot around to the table, and maybe we can catch him. Hang on a second. So we have a second. We will visit with Harry Clark, the track coach here at Carroll College, and talk to you last year, and a lot's happened in a year's time. Fill us in.
You know, it has. Last year indoors, we're half a point out of fourth place at Nationals, so we're really excited where that's going. And our whole team, you know, everybody came back for Christmas break early, so we have a meeting in Bozeman on Friday night, and ready to get after it again.
It's amazing that the track program has taken off as it has. This is year what for our track program here?
This is year 7.
That's what I thought. It's still under 10, so it's really it's still in its infancy, but you've done a great job bringing it along, and you're recruiting from throughout the Northwest, just like Coach Van Diest finished telling me.
You know, and that's one thing. We get a lot of Montana kids.
Sure.
So we're not afraid to go outside when it's cold out. But that's kind of a big thing.
I don't want to go outside right now.
I know, right? You don't see me out there. I'm not. I'll be in the pickup watching it.
That's right.
But no, it's just the blue collar kids that we get.
Yeah.
You know, and really good students. Our team GPA is 346 for 100 kids in our team.
Yeah.
So that's what we built it up. We built it up from 36. Now we're over 100 plus.
That's amazing.
On our team, and the kids get along great. It's just a great place to run.
It is, and Coach Van Diest and I were talking earlier about recruiting here. Obviously, the program helps, but also the academics that the college offers.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we have a lot of medical kids in our team, so it's kind of fun. But no, and all these kids are here on the same path, man. They're here to go to college. They're not here to just run sports.
Right.
They know do everything right the right way.
They want to get something out of college and
absolutely.
Experience.
Yeah, and that's what we're excited. You know, we got 40 kids here watching the game, and it's fun.
Well, I hate to cut you short, but they gave us a little bit of time to talk to you. It's been fun, and maybe we can get back together again.
Good to see you
Thanks,
again.
Harry.
Thank you.
All right.
Place where higher education starts at a higher elevation and rises from there. Located in the heart of the Rockies, Carroll College raises the bar with small classes taught by award-winning professors, more than 60 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs, and year-round outdoor fun over every horizon. Carroll College, aspire to go higher.
Nestled at the base of the Elkhorn Mountains in Montana City, Montana, the Elkhorn Mountain Inn is your ideal location for superb accommodations and excellent service. Opportunity abounds in the great outdoors with convenient access to lakes, biking and hiking trails, golf courses, fishing excursions, and more. Be sure to experience the various museums, shopping, and restaurants downtown Helena has to offer. We'll provide outstanding service and a warm atmosphere for you, including a continental breakfast and free Wi-Fi. Book your room online at elkhornmountainin.com or give us a call, 406-442-6625.
Hey man, got some chew?
No, man. This stuff's dangerous.
Hey, can I get a zip?
No way.
Why not?
Give me one good reason.
It's full of toxic chemicals.
It rots your teeth, and it causes cancer.
Prove it.
It says so right in the can.
But why do you do it?
So then why do you chew?
Okay. We are back at the Carroll College PE Center, ready for the quarter number 3, the second half action. Quarter 3, they play quarters here in the women's game and halves in the men's game. Not sure why, but that's how it is. It's all Frontier Conference to us.
I'm looking for an exciting second half here.
Yeah.
I just think, I said before, I said to Marty, I said this could go into overtime pretty easy. It wouldn't surprise me if this doesn't get tight before it's done.
These are two pretty evenly matched teams, Bob. You can certainly see that, and well coached, both of them. Wagner's pass knocked away by Danielle Wagner, by Michaela Jones from Wagner, and Carroll gets it back.
Yeah, Michaela kind of fighting the over and back line there, just kind of had to throw it up there, and Carroll had the heads enough to get underneath the basketball.
So Danny Wagner will start it from the top. Chamberlain with her, and that time Jones comes away with it, sprints the other way, and lays it up and in.
I don't think I could run that fast, let alone dribble a basketball at the same time.
No, exactly. That's a quick young lady. She's got some great skills on both ends of the court. She's doing a good job on pass to Danny. Will get the ball in the corner to Dowdy, and Michaela brings it back out top to Danny Wagner with Chamberlain on her. They'll enter the ball to Dowdy off the glass and couldn't get it to go, and Jones will clear it. And they'll push it up the left side. Chamberlain hesitates into the lane. Back out wide open Jones. She's done it twice, and she just hit her another deep shot. Second three, but her third deep ball. And it's 28-25 on the Montana Tobacco Quit Line scoreboard. Carroll with a 3-point lead, led it by 8 at the half.
Carroll trying to find a little bit of a groove here, a little dribble drive penetration.
And it's all man-to-man defense right now by Rocky. It's working for him. Dean on the drive has it go out of bounds off of a Battling Bear. So the Saints will inbound. It'll be Johnson as Wagner sits down. Brittany Johnson checks in for her. Dump it to Dean into the corner. Denny, free ball, a little strong off the back of the rim. The ball into the corner, and it's going to remain Saint ball.
Good chance for the Saints here on an out-of-bounds play. No, I guess it's not going to be on the baseline. It'll be on the sideline.
Sideline with 30 seconds on the shot clock. A little over 8 to go in the quarter. Men's game to follow. Bruce Parker will be joining me courtside for that contest. Dean kicks it back to Johnson behind her, who will work the right side. Looks like Rocky's jumped into a zone this time.
Coming out of that out-of-bounds play, they switched to a zone. You see that quite a bit.
Johnson's shot partially deflected, and the rebound picked up by Jones. They'll push it up ahead. A free ball could tie it up here for Wes Keller's Battling Bears. Coming off, I said, 2 wins this weekend as Carroll and Rocky both defeated Western and LC State.
Offensive rebound, Brooke Jones.
Jones clears it on the offensive end on the miss. And Dowdy picks up a foul. Looks like right now to start the third quarter, Bob, Rocky just a little quicker to the basketball.
Yeah, they got, Ebony Jackson back in there. She had to sit down right away with those 2 fouls. We'll see if that'll make any difference as well.
That shot blocked by Dean. Dean got a hand on it, knocked it loose, and Carroll comes out of there with it. Denny, double teamed. Off to Brittany Johnson, now Dean at the top of the lane. She waves Dowdy to the bottom, and she'll head to the lane down the right side. No good. Rebound tipped around, and Hannah Dean comes out of there with it. We get a whistle on the drive. It might be Michaela Jones.
Yep, she's going to pick it up there, and that'll be, I believe that's her first personal foul.
So the Whalen Tire Game of the Week. Glad you could join us. Joe McBen and Bob Ritterat with you from the Carroll College PE Center here in Helena, Montana. Ball dumped over the top, and Michaela Jones watched it the whole time, baited her into that pass. She's got the steal. She heads the other way. Nice crossover move on the baseline. Got the bucket and the foul. Great move by Michaela Jones.
Michaela Jones, a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play here, and she can also, I believe this would be our first tie of the ballgame.
Opportunity instant bank replay on this. Watch her come to a jump stop and then cross over to the right just like they teach it in practice. Lay it up and in, drew the contact. Finished the shot and the three-point play.
Three-point play ties the game.
So we're knotted at 28. I think you just mentioned a little bit ago that you wouldn't be surprised to see this game come down to the end, maybe go an extra period. Well,
I'm really surprised, Joe, that 28-28 is the first tie in this ball game.
Yep. Rocky's defense has been solid all year, and you mentioned that before we went on air today. I think you said 45 points a game they're allowing.
Yeah. Yep. Number one in the nation on defense.
Passes three from the left wing, no good. Jones with the rebound, and Rocky with the opportunity to take the lead here. So when you can hold your opponents to 45 or less, you're going to win a lot of ball games, and they have done that.
They have one loss on the season, that to Providence College, a conference game.
They are 13-1 overall and 3-1 in conference. Shot no good. Pasta with the rebound. Shot from Rocky Mountain, and Pasta's going to bring it down. And they'll run a high post to Dean. Denny swings through the lane. Dean hangs on to it, fires it right side to Pasta, trying to get loose for a shot into the lane. Instead, off the glass, no good. Rebound, Jackson.
Both teams kind of in a little lull here. Maybe they're just going to stay here and let us talk about them.
Neither team can find the bottom of the net at the moment. Michaela Jones into the lane. Nice feed underneath the far feed, but her return pass out top, stolen away to Pasta. Up ahead, she'll feed Dean, who's got Chamberlain on her hip. And, excuse me, that was Denny with Chamberlain on her hip. Nice defensive play that time by Chamberlain.
Yeah, just a great heads-up play. She didn't reach in there and try to knock the ball. She waited until the shooter came up with the ball and knocked it out of bounds.
5'3" freshman from Spokane, Jaden Lyman checks in. She'll bring it back out top and set it up. Works the right side, back out top to Dean. A lot of standing around right now for Carroll offensively.
Rocky went to his own out of bounds play.
It's a 2-3, and that's predominantly what they've used when they've gone to a zone. Denny into the lane with 4 on the shot clock, out to Lyman. A 3-ball on the way, and she knocked it down. Well, that'll work.
Big basket for Lyman and the Saints there as they go back on top.
So with Pasta and Dean at the top of this defense for Carroll, looks like maybe a zone defense as well. Not a lot of height up there. They're both about 5'4". Maybe Lyman's shorter than that. They'll swing it around the right side, the Battling Bears. Far feed with it, looking inside for Jones, not available. So back around to the left, it goes to Michaela Jones.
6 on the shot clock, Joe.
Jones is going to have to fire one up. We got to get it off. Not exactly the shot they wanted, and it almost went, however, but Dean clears it. Back the other way comes Pasta, cut off at the baseline by Farstreet.
A lot of transition. Both these teams pushing the ball hard, getting it up the floor.
Carroll up 3. Dean trying to extend that. Battle for the miss, and it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Dowdy. Jewel and Francis will check in. It looks like we have a media timeout coming up. As the Montana Tobacco Quitline scoreboard, it is 31-28 Carroll. So we'll break away. We'll be back with more basketball after this.
My name is Philip Davis. I'm from Boone, North Carolina, and I'm a senior in the Aeronautical Science program.
My name is Margaret Cleveland. I'm a freshman from Broadview, Montana.
Hi, I'm Melvin Ware, a senior from Dunmore, Montana.
Did you know that RMC awarded over $11 million in scholarships this year?
Did you know that 99% of Rocky students receive scholarships?
Thank you for enabling us to be first-generation college students.
Thank you for your investment in our Impact Today, Transform Tomorrow campaign in support of our new facilities.
Thank you for giving me a chance.
Thank you!
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the eastern high plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
Back at the PE Center, Joe McMahon, Bob Ritterott with you. It is Frontier Conference action, and this is a classic Frontier Conference battle taking place right in front of us, Bob.
Yeah, it is. Both these teams coming in here 3-1, as well as Providence 3-1 in the conference as well. So it's going to be.
It's what we would expect.
It's what you'd expect,
yeah.
But you know, it's just the Frontier Conference. You said it, Joe. It's any team in the conference could win a game any given night. I think
there's no gimmies. Entry pass knocked out of bounds by Dowdy. He's trying to drive it into Francis. Dowdy knocks it loose. So with 18 seconds left on the shot clock, the Battling Bears will inbound, and they get it into Jones. Double team comes. She'll kick it back out, open for three on the way. Michaela Jones shot no good. She really hasn't been able to hit from the outside. She's been cold. She's been much more effective penetrating and getting to the hoop and creating for her teammates.
But shooters keep shooting.
Yes, they do. Ask Steve Keller. He'll tell you that. Right? You saw that firsthand.
Yeah, I did.
Brittany Johnson will back it out, dump it into Dowdy. She'll turn with the right hand, put it up and in. Got to be careful. Steve's probably watching since his son's coaching over there. Steve, I was just kidding. Yeah, I know. 36 shots in one game in high school. The ball underneath, knocked loose, and Johnson saves it. Brittany Johnson, good hands that time. Carroll on the move, up by 5.
Big possession here for Carroll, I think. Bigger possession for Rocky on the defensive side. They need to stop after that turnover.
Exactly. Need to stop and stem the momentum. Carroll up by 5 and trying to build right here. Right side, Brittany Johnson into the lane with the left hand, all the way to the basket, up and in. I think Jewel expected her to pull up, and she didn't. She just accelerated and laid it in with the left hand and got the bucket. So the Montana Tobacco Quitline scoreboard has Carroll up by 7. Just moments ago, tied at 28. Carroll on a 7-0 run. Francis is going to back down on Dowdy, turn with the left hand and get it to go. Nice soft touch. Michaela Francis, 6-foot sophomore out of Great Falls, Montana. Substitution, Taylor Salona checking in for Carroll here at the next opportunity. Kid out of Kalispell, Montana. Johnson to Lyman. Lyman's going to back it out. Look at inside for Dowdy with Francis behind her. Turns to the baseline, left side, and just rolls it in. We got a whistle, and the Saints are going to get a timeout. Saints lead at 37-30. We're going to keep it here, but kind of a.
We'll go to a media timeout.
Well, we're going to go to a media timeout now.
Welcome to the court, your Carroll
So we'll look at some Opportunity Bank instant replays. Nice move. As you can see, that Dowdy starts to her left, swings back to her right, and gets it in. And that was Brittany Johnson, as you see, go right down that lane. So a couple of layups really for Carroll have really made the difference. There's Michaela Jones on that steal early in the third quarter, coast to coast, pulling away from Pasta as she lays it up and in. She is fast. But first half was back and forth. Carroll and Rocky Mountain battling the entire way. Carroll had a first quarter lead, but Rocky battled back and tied it up. And Carroll pulled away a little bit, up by 8 to end the first half. And they've extended it now to 7, but I look for Rocky to come back and make their move again. It's just back and forth. It's like a tug of war, Bob.
Yeah, it is. You know, both on the inside and outside. Markayla Francis comes down on this end for Rocky and makes a nice little spin move on Dowdy, and Dowdy comes back the other end here and says, I can do that too. And
that's right.
You know, they just kind of went back and forth with each other there. But, you know, I've seen most of the teams in the Frontier Conference, and I think these two teams probably match up with each other as well as any of the other teams in the conference, Joe.
Personnel-wise, yeah.
Yeah, I think just size-wise, and I just think that they both these teams match up very well, and I think that's why we're going to see a close ball game here at the end. I hope so.
You bet. Farspeed will bring it across for Rocky out of the timeout. So I mentioned Taylor Salonen. We got a whistle away from the ball and an offensive foul. And it is on number 22, Michaela Jones. An illegal screen. They caught her away from the ball, setting a moving screen. And Wes Keller, can't see him on camera, but I can see him, and he definitely does not agree.
2 fouls on Michaela Jones. 2 team fouls on each one of these teams.
Salonen with it now for Carroll, getting her first minutes off the bench. The sophomore from Kalispell, Montana. Lyman back to Taylor. Looking for Dean. I think Coach Sayre's trying to buy a few minutes of post time from Salonen to give Dowdy
a little rest.
Yeah, a little rest along with Harrington. There goes Salonen in the paint. Kick it back out. Johnson, 3-ball off the back of the rim, but she hustles and gets her own rebound and collides with Michaela Jones and goes to the floor hard. They're going to help her up. Obviously an inadvertent collision, nothing planned there, but there was a crash.
It was a kind of like a couple of miniature freight trains.
Here we have it on the replay. That ball comes out deep. She runs after it, and she and Michaela Jones meet at the ball. And Jones putting her arms up to trying to screen herself, kind of gets her in the head accidentally. So good news is Brittany's going to stay in the game.
Michaela Jones picks up her 3rd foul on that, though.
Yep, she's going to have to sit down, and she's parked next to Wes Keller right now. Ball comes in to Johnson, out to Lyman, who's going to back it out. 25 on the shot clock. It resets with the Saints up by 7 on the Montana Tobacco quit line scoreboard. Lyman and Dean just playing catch here at the top of the lane. Now Salonen with it. We're down to 7. She'll take the shot and hit it.
I think some of the Rocky players are a little confused there, Joe. I think some of them playing zone out of bounds playing. A couple of them were playing man-to-man. So.
Yeah, and that wasn't the plan.
No.
Salonen hits a big shot off the bench. The Bears to Francis, now to Brooke Jones. As Francis slides down to the low block, and Jones says, forget it, I'm just going to drive it home from here, and she did.
That's her 3rd three-pointer of the night from deep here.
You've covered Rocky a little bit this year. Is she known for that, shooting from the outside?
She can shoot from out there. This is probably the best that she has shot from out there, against any real competition,
sure.
Joe.
Pastor will back it out. Jewel on her. Leaves it for Dean. One-on-one with Francis. Salonen. In the lane, Johnson kind of flips it up off the glass. That won't go. Scramble for the rebound. It's loose. And we're almost to the end of the quarter. 10 seconds to go. Varsvit will push it up the left side. 7-point lead for the Saints. Varsvit to the baseline. Loops it up with the right hand. No good. Dean clears it. We're down to 1 second. And that's going to be it. Montana Tobacco quit line scoreboard. Carroll 40, Rocky Mountain 33. We'll break away. We'll be back with the final 10 minutes after this.
Truck manufacturers these days are producing some pretty powerful trucks. That's why we designed the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. It's built with stronger advanced compounds that hold up to tougher conditions. The Defender LTX MS has outstanding all-season traction and excellent fuel efficiency backed by our 70,000-mile warranty. So whether it's a working truck or you're hauling your snowmobile or boat, you'll get the most out of every mile. Turn to the experts to find the right Michelin tire for whatever you drive.
Whalen Tire. We know tires.
This is an Abby pizza. Mushrooms, chicken, roasted red peppers, and olives.
This is the Kendall pizza. Pepperoni, sausage, Canadian bacon, and black olives.
This is the Big Dave and Paula pizza. Mine is chicken and Gouda.
Mine's red sauce, big cheese, big meat, big everything.
Come discover your pizza among the 104,285,000 different combinations, or you can choose one of our 10 signature pizzas on the menu at Bert and Ernie's, located in downtown Helena.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
I'm Nate.
I'm Sarah from Northwestern Energy.
Did you know Northwestern Energy adds that skunky, rotten egg smell to natural gas so you can detect a leak? Natural gas is safe.
But leaks can be dangerous. So if you think you smell a gas leak, follow these safety tips.
Do not attempt to locate the leak. Do not use any electrical switches, appliances, or an open flame.
Get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy.
Together.
Together.
Together, we can deliver a brighter future.
Back at the PE Center, quarter number 4 underway. The final 10 minutes in a 7-point battle. Jones from the right corner, where she's been pretty successful, misses that one, but the rebound skips off the back, and Justin Jewell corrals it for the Battling Bears. She has it now. Carroll back in that 2-3 zone to start quarter number 4. Francis, first feet in, it goes to Jones. Dowdy behind her. She'll turn, get a hand in the face of Jones, but it doesn't matter. And Jones, well on her way to exceeding her average tonight.
Yeah, Brooke averaging 13 points a game, and I got her down for 15 right now.
Salonen with it for Carroll. Man-to-man defense for the Bears this time. Both teams have gone back and forth throughout the game. Changing defenses at the coach's will. The ball comes into Dowdy now. She's going to back Francis down off the glass with the right hand. She's just got her too deep, and you get them that deep, and you just turn them, lay it up off the board. There's really not much Francis can do.
No, good job by Dowdy. Both teams doing well inside in the paint right now, as far as getting the ball in there and coming out of there with production.
This is where we might see a little bit of that weariness, as both teams played Saturday night. It's Tuesday, and they had a couple days to rest, but they had two tough games that they won over the weekend. Down the lane, whistle, foul on Dowdy. And there's another foul she didn't commit.
Foul on Michaela Dowdy, her second, team first.
You gotta love her. She just plays hard. I think she probably grew up playing in the backyard, where the only time you called a foul is if the person couldn't get up off the ground, right?
Yeah.
Then we'll see the replay here. Down the lane, nice move from Jones, and it looks like a little body and left hip. That's probably what she got. Dean and Wagner check in for Lyman and Dowdy. So Salonen stays in the game. She's given them some good minutes off the bench in the first half. Coach Sayers went to Una Harrington off the bench for some post help. Second half, it's been Salonen. Excuse me.
Jones made the first one, second one as well.
So a big night for her.
Rocky putting a little full court pressure here. A little diamond and one pressure, it looks like.
Change it up a little bit. Take Carroll out of their rhythm. I saw Wes's dad do that many times.
Yep.
To the baseline drive, pass to back out, it goes to Hannah Dean.
Shot clock down to 3.
It's down to 3, needs to get it off, and Dean's going to turn. Did she get it off? She does, but it's short. Great defense that time by Rocky. Just a 5-point lead, and Chamberlain's going to push it to the rack, and Dean with the block and the foul. Hard to the floor goes Chamberlain.
Number 24, Hannah Dean, her second.
Dean picks up her second personal foul. Chamberlain still slow getting up. She crashed hard to the floor. She tweaked an ankle or a knee.
I think just a little bit of everything hit the floor all at once right there.
That right leg looks a little twisted right now. She's trying to walk it off. She may have caught a knee in the thigh.
Pride of Miles City there. She's a little bit gimpy as she gets over to the side, and Michaela Jones is going to come in off the bench here. Coach Keller gets to pick who he wants, and of course he picks the best free throw shooter on the team, of course. But any coach would do that. But Michaela, I believe she shoots right around 90% from the free throw line.
So do I, but my line's a lot closer than hers. First one up and in. It's a 4-point game right now, 7:40 to go on the Montana Tobacco Quit Line scoreboard. She gets them both. Wayland Tire Game of the Week. Glad you could join us. Men's action to follow 20 minutes after this one ends. Stay with us during the intermission. And then we'll be right back at around 7:30 tip-off for the men's game. Hannah Dean to Pasta. That's Wagner. Head fake now. The baseline drive. Has her shot blocked. Good defense by Jones. Good recovery. She and Francis.
Nice. Brooke Jones got that block, Joe. She's just doing everything on both ends of the floor right now.
She is. Free ball from the corner. No good for Denny, but the rebound. Taylor Salonen, the sophomore at Kalispell, has come off the bench and given him some spark. When a kid plays like that, comes off the bench and plays like that, it's hard for a coach to get him out.
And I think you're starting to see a little bit of that fatigue factor showing up there, Rocky. They had 3 people underneath the basket there for that rebound, and nobody blocked out. They just stood there kind of straight up and down. And,
yeah.
Salona end up picking up a foul.
Salona knocks that shot down, but you're right. And the pace of the game has slowed down a bit for both teams too.
Yes.
Gets them both. It's back to a 5-point game with 7:14 to go. We're having some fun here at the PE Center. Jones will back it out to Alexi Smith, and now they'll swing it to Jewell. Baseline, nice pass. Jones on the cut, puts it up, won't get it, but Dean picks up foul number 3.
On Hannah Dean, her third, team third.
So Francis will step to the free throw line. Just one team foul on the Battling Bears this half and 3 on Carroll. Pretty clean.
You know, we talk about Brooke Jones having a big game here. You know, it's always a little bit tough on kids coming back to some place where they started their college career and then coming back and playing here. It's you know, it's a pretty emotional roller coaster for them to walk into the door here.
Francis hits 1 of 2. I watched Alicia Chamberlain come back with a trainer to the bench, and she is still not moving very well at all. I don't know if she can get back in there. They need her. She's a big piece of what they do every night. She is an active player. Fun to watch. Dean will push it to the left side to Johnson with 15 on the shot clock. In it goes to Salona, and her shot blocked by Jewell and recovered by Farsby. Nice play.
Big block by Jewell from the backside. She's the blocks leader for this Rocky team.
Very athletic, very quick. Smith with it now. To Jewell again, down to the corner. It goes to Francis, and they swing it back out top and around it at the corner right side. Shot on the way from Smith, short, but she'll corral her own rebound. Johnson that time lost track of her man and the ball. And Smith got her own rebound. Another opportunity. The ball goes into Jones, knocked loose by Johnson. Salona got a hand in there too.
Yeah, nice opportunity there for the Bears. That was open on that little pass. Brooke Jones just couldn't handle the bounce pass.
Ebony Jackson about ready to check in. Here she'll come, a travel call on Carroll. Dowdy in for Carroll, Jackson in for Rocky. Francis will sit down. And for Carroll, is Taylor Salonen's going to sit down.
I think both coaches actually, Joe, doing a very good job of getting some a little bit more rotation in the second half probably than what they would normally in a game.
Just due to fatigue, as we mentioned, Montana Tech Thursday night. The opponent for Carroll. And I think you said Rocky has them on Saturday?
Yep. Tech at Rocky on Saturday night.
Jewell down the right lane. Johnson stays with her. Back out to Michaela Jones. We're down to 5 seconds. In it goes to Brooke off the glass. It's too strong. Rebound. Christine Denny. As Hannah Dean comes flying through there on that rebound. Denny will back it out. Unable to get going offensively tonight, but she's played a pretty good floor game.
Rocky back to a man-to-man defense here on this, because that's what they've stuck with, except for out of bounds plays. They'll drop into a zone.
Carroll down to 8 on the shot clock. Denny with it one-on-one with Ebony Jackson to the lane, down the lane, left hand off the glass. Jackson stayed with her, but she's just got some size and strength on her. And the difference was there.
Yeah, Hannah Dean, just a great athlete. Period. You know, that's kind of the way I describe her.
Into the right side, it's Jackson. Can she answer? Yep, she gets her own 2. So nice shot by Jackson, the senior out of Kirkland, Washington. Alexi Smith with the bucket, or with the assist on the bucket. Down the left side goes Denny. She'll kick it right back out to Denny, who's trying to dump it into Dowdy. With Jones behind her. They'll swing it back around. Dowdy had Jones pinned deep behind her back, deep in the key, and they couldn't get it to her. We're down to 8 seconds on the shot clock. Dean knows it. She'll step back and fire. Too strong, but Dowdy battling for the rebound. And we got a whistle. Is it Jones?
I believe it's going to go against Jones, yep.
Number 34, Brooke Jones in 13
Yep.
seconds.
So timeout on the court. 46-42. We'll be back after this.
Nestled at the base of the Elkhorn Mountains in Montana City, Montana, the Elkhorn Mountain Inn is your ideal location for superb accommodations and excellent service. Opportunity abounds in the great outdoors with convenient access to lakes, biking and hiking trails, golf courses, fishing excursions, and more. Be sure to experience the various museums, shopping, and restaurants downtown Helena has to offer. We'll provide outstanding service and a warm atmosphere for you, including a continental breakfast and free Wi-Fi. Book your room online at elkhornmountainin.com or give us a call, 406-442-6625.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
I'm Nate.
I'm Sarah from Northwestern Energy.
Did you know Northwestern Energy adds that skunky, rotten egg smell to natural gas so you can detect a leak? Natural gas is safe.
But leaks can be dangerous. So if you think you smell a gas leak, follow these safety tips.
Do not attempt to locate the leak. Do not use any electrical switches, appliances, or an open flame.
Get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy.
Together,
we can deliver a brighter future.
Back at the PE Center, set for the final 4 minutes of action. Glad you could join us. Joe McMahon seated along Bob Ritterock, and a great basketball game unfolding in front of us. A 4-point game. It was an 8-point St. lead at the half. And it's been back and forth. Carroll's led it by as many as 13 or in the second quarter, late in the first quarter. Ball goes into Dowdy out of the inbound. She'll flip it up, no good. The battle for the rebound comes out of there. It's Farsby. So the Bears, big possession, under 4 to go. They're down 4. So Michaela Jones gets set to check back in here momentarily. Jewel to Alexi Smith. Far feet, 3-ball, opens, got a good look, lets it go, no good. And Jewel, another offensive rebound. Back out it goes to Smith, her 3-ball up and in.
Smith, a 3-point shooting specialist, basically. JC transfer, but nice rebound there by Jewel. She set that all up.
Absolutely, and Smith didn't hesitate. Down in the corner, it's Dowdy. Fights up off the glass, knocks it up and in. They're really trying to feature Dowdy in the post down low. A high-low game with Dean and Dowdy.
13 points for Dowdy.
Farsfeet with it now. It's passed it in front of her. Looking inside to Jones, who's got Dowdy parked in front of her. Brooke will go to the free throw line, gets it there, turns, faces up, out. Jewel open for 3, shot on the way off the front of the rim, no good, passed out. She'll clear it, and Carroll will walk it across. Fresh 25 on the shot clock, and a 3-point lead, under 3 to play. In it goes to Dowdy again. She's going to turn on Jackson, shot no good, but we got a whistle. The baseline official, I think, is going to cite Jackson with a foul.
Yep.
Jackson, her third.
Jackson picks up her third foul there, but Dowdy just too strong for Jackson inside there. Not much she can do.
Carroll leads it by 3. Make it 4 on the Montana Tobacco quit line scoreboard. Francis is going to check in. I think Wes Keller knows he's got to get somebody in there who can handle Dowdy, because Carroll is just attacking Ebony Jackson in that low block.
Dowdy's 14th point of the night, looking at 15 here, and she gets it.
Knocks that one down.
As Carroll shooting 90% from the free throw line, they're 9 of 10.
And we got a whistle and a timeout. Coach Keller wants to talk it over with 2:36 to go and a 5-point lead. It's a 30-second timeout. Good basketball game. It's been fun, and this next 2:36 is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Can Rocky get a couple of stops and take care of the ball offensively and get some good looks? And we got some opportunity to bank replays. There's Brooke Jones on the low block, back and Dowdy down, and quickly up and off the glass. Two very powerful post players, and Dowdy trying to return the favor against Jones's teammate, Michaela Francis. So it's been a really second half, a lot of good post play by both teams. There's Hannah Dean down the lane and up under Ebony Jackson with the bucket. And then that long rebound, a battle for it, and a whistle, and a couple, that was that foul on Brooke Jones. And here's Ebony Jackson. Back underway out of the timeout, 50-45. Carroll, 5-point advantage. Rocky with the basketball. Both teams looking for conference win number 4. Both teams 3-1 atop the Frontier Conference. Jones will back down. Dean shot no good, and Dowdy with a rebound. And we got a whistle and a jump ball call. Possession goes to Carroll. Nice job by Michaela Francis, however.
Yeah, she got her hands in there, got him on the ball. Dowdy, a little bit of a mistake there, bringing that ball down.
And she did it without fouling her, kind of from the side. Oftentimes, that's an automatic.
Rocky with a 2-2-1 full court pressure.
Back into it a little bit. Carroll breaks the pressure, just some token pressure. Down to 19 seconds on the shot clock. Dean will work the right side. Back to Brittany Johnson. Dumps it into Dean. Ball loose on the floor. Jump ball. This will go to Carroll, or to Rocky, excuse me. Good defense that time by Rocky. They're going to get the ball back with exactly 2 minutes to go. 120 seconds left in this one, unless we play an extra period.
Fars feet will bring it down. They'll set it up here. Carroll in a man-to-man defense.
Johnson up on Far's feet, 25 feet from the basket. There's Michaela Jones around, passed it to the bucket, gets the bucket and the foul. No hesitation that time by Michaela Bob. She saw an opening in the lane. She saw it open up and just took off, put her head down, and used her quickness.
No, I think that you'll probably see Michaela take this game over for Rocky, whether she can do enough to get a win out of it or not, Joe, but I think you'll see her definitely take over here in this final for 145.
2-point game. We expected a great one, and we've got it. Middle of the court, Dowdy, right side pass to back to Denny. Montana Tobacco quit line scoreboard has it. Difference of 2. Carroll with the ball in the lead. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson, left side pass, the two-man game with Dowdy into the lane. She's going to stop. 4 seconds. Carroll needs to get a shot off. Dean down the lane, left hand, knocked away. A shot clock violation. Great defense that time by Rocky Mountain College.
Great defense. Jewel got a hand on that shot as well. As I said earlier, she is the shot blocking leader for Rocky. I think Coach Keller will call a timeout here as soon as it's crossed. He does.
We're going to keep it here. 1:08 to go. A 2-point basketball game. And they need a bucket. And late in the game, Rocky Mountain goes right to Michaela Jones. And I would be shocked if she does not have the ball in her hands here when they come out of this timeout and get the ball in bounds, Bob.
Yeah, I would guess that they'll probably do a little penetration. You know, Brooke Jones has been shooting well from outside. Maybe slide her out on the baseline, kick her out for an open shot on the baseline. Justin Jewell, also a very good shooter as well. Alexi Smith, a very good shooter. I don't think she's in there right now, but definitely look for Michaela Jones to have the basketball. But Joe, Rocky with 1 timeout left. Coach Sayers has 2 in her pocket over there. That could come down to being pretty critical here at the end of this ball game as well.
So it'll be Rocky ball out of the timeout. They'll inbound it on the far side at midcourt. And we're underway. 2-point game. One team looking for conference win number 4, and Christine Denny comes up with a huge steal.
Big time steal there. Rocky with only 3 fouls here. They should be fouling. I would think they have 1 to give before they get into the bonus. And
Michaela
Jones is the one that picks it up. I'm not sure that you want her. I believe that's her 4th personal foul.
She's heading over to the bench.
Oh, that's her 5th foul.
That's her 5th, yeah. She immediately went over there, so she is done. That hurts. Smith will check in. 30 seconds. The shot clock resets to 30 seconds. 45.7 on the game clock. And Coach Sayers uses one of her 2 remaining timeouts. Looks like she's going to take a 30-second timeout. 30-second timeout. Yeah, big play by Christine Denny, a defensive play right there. She hasn't had much going offensively, but boy, that can make your night right there.
I thought Rocky looked a little confused coming out of that timeout, inbounding that basketball out here.
Check on the Opportunity Bank replay. We can see that Michaela Jones early, this is before the timeout, the last bucket where she went down the lane, got the foul. There's Carroll feeding the ball down low to Dowdy. Yep, who's had a big night all around both ends of the court. Smith finding Ebony Jackson on the right wing. Gets that shot. Carroll out of the timeout will have the ball. They'll inbound halfway down the line. right down in front of us. Carroll sends out Dowdy and Dean along with Denny and Pasta and Brittany Johnson. Carroll will be very persistent here. Very willing to run some clock down, shorten this game.
15-second differential shot clock, game clock here.
We're down to 12 now on the game clock with Denny. Gets a screen from Dowdy, works the right side. Jones switches it, stops her. We're down to 5. They try to go to Dowdy. We got a whistle, and Jewel committed team foul number 5. She reached around Dowdy, tried to knock that ball loose. So they really bailed Carroll out. They had nothing going offensively. And Jewel.
4 seconds on the shot clock there. You know, that's when it'll give you some gray hair as a coach. As Dowdy makes that first one.
Takes advantage of the gift and knocks down the free throw. She'll have another opportunity to make it possibly a 2-possession game, although I have seen 4-point plays. Second one up and in. Coach Keller's going to call a timeout, talk it over. 18.8 to go now. 52-48. It's a full timeout.
Rocky Mountain College, they choose to advance the ball to the front court.
They will advance the ball, Joe, with new women's rules when they went to quarters.
Yeah.
That's a great rule.
I think so. I agree.
There was no way that, you know, in short amount of time that the women's game could score from 98 feet away.
Baseline to baseline.
Yeah, so now moving it up into the front court, it's a great rule for college women's basketball.
Speaking of the Women's Frontier Conference basketball, pretty great tournament coming to the Billings area, as we were talking about this spring. It'll be great.
Yeah, March 14th we get started there, the national tournament. You know, it'd sure be nice to see about 5 Frontier teams in that tournament.
Yep.
I think we had 4 last year, but you know, just a great tournament. Great basketball, Joe. You know, and the thing that amazed me in that tournament, 32-team tournament, in the first round, the largest point margin was 14 points.
Isn't that amazing? 16 games,
yeah.
right?
Yep. And there was the biggest point spread in the entire tournament was 23, I believe.
I don't know who picked all the teams and ranked them, but they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, it was great basketball. You know, if anybody,
it's fun to watch.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's good basketball. It's a lot like what we're seeing here tonight.
Yeah.
You know, it's just two great basketball teams, 2 well-coached teams going at each other. You know, in a great competitive ball game.
And right now it's a chess match with Coach Sayers and Coach Keller. As the Battling Bears will inbound with 18.8 to go. They're down 4, still plenty of time, but they need a quick bucket here. They fire the ball into Francis. She's going to back Dowdy down, spin baseline, off the glass, no good, whistle, but they're going to get Dowdy on a foul. And they'll send Francis to the free throw line. Wes Keller helping the official with that call. But it's the right call. Dowdy got her on the arm. A lot of that physicality between those 2 players is mutual. They both like to play rough, right?
Yeah. Marqueta Francis, a 60% shooter on
You jinxed her.
Yeah.
First one won't go. She'll have an opportunity to still make it a 1-possession game should she hit this one. 15.4 seconds on the Montana Tobacco quit line scoreboard. Second shot. You can see it. She knocks it down. Gets 1 out of 2 full court pressure put on by Rocky Mountain College. I'll throw it up ahead. It's stolen away by Francis. Trying to hit Dean. Francis with the steal, ball loose, knocked loose, almost into the backcourt. Out of there with it on a 3-point lead for Carroll. Into the lane. Farce feed over the top of a Carroll defender. We got a blocking foul. With 4 seconds to go, a blocking foul called on Brittany Johnson. And Farce feed will go to the free throw line.
Number 25, Brittany Johnson.
Well, that was quite a series of events.
Yeah, I don't, you know, I just think teams panicked a little bit there.
Yeah, we did. Both teams.
You know, both teams actually. Coach Keller, unfortunately, does not have any timeouts right now.
Nope, he's out.
Farce feet misses that first one. Haley, pretty sharp mind here. I wouldn't see her miss this one on purpose and try to get the rebound.
4 seconds to go, a 3-point game. Still a 3-point game. Neither free throw will fall, but it was knocked out of bounds with Dowdy. Last touch by Michaela Dowdy, so the Bears get another opportunity here with 3 seconds to go. If they can hit a 3, they can tie it up.
Yeah, no timeouts, boy. This is where you wish you had that timeout.
Farsby trying to get the ball inbounds to Alexi Smith. It comes out deep. It's Francis for 3 in the tie. Good. Yes! There it is.
What'd I say, Joe?
You need a 3. You said we're going to overtime, and we are. What a shot by Michaela Francis.
You know, Markey did that the other night against Western too. Everybody was going, oh no, and oh no, she made a good shot, you know. But
it was
a great shot.
She caught the ball, knew she had to get it off, took one dribble, stepped back, and let it rip. So a big shot from Francis sends us to another 5 minutes of action here. Fun basketball game.
Your first overtime of the year?
Yeah, actually, this is my first overtime of the year, and it's they're always fun to have.
Yeah.
I saw a good overtime game last night, but it was a little different sport, right? I didn't get a call that one.
Well,
but here's the replay. We'll see it on the Opportunity Bank replay. Fires out deep to her. She takes one step, sets herself, fires it over Dowdy. He's got a hand up on her, and she just knocks it down.
You know, great job on her to get her feet set. You know, that's you got to realize that's a 6'1" player out there. You know, and you usually don't see 6'1" players with that good of footwork on the perimeter.
Good balance.
You know, good balance, but also to have the presence of mind and know that you needed that three-point shot.
Yep, no timeouts. Wes Keller's team stayed poised. Carroll, a couple of opportunities. They had the opportunity to get that ball inbounds and push it up the court and run the clock out, or else at least get another trip to the foul line. And they tried to throw the ball up to midcourt to Hannah Dean, and that ball was stolen away.
Well, Joe, I think the overtime probably favors Carroll. I mean, it always does, the home team, but you got two important starters for Rocky sitting on the bench right now. Michaela Jones with 5 fouls and Alicia Chamberlain over there with a shoe off.
Good point. We haven't.
You know,
you're right.
I think that's a huge advantage. But you know, as a coach, this is when you grow those bench players to. This is your chance to step up and make something happen here.
Want more time?
We'll see what happens.
Here's your chance, and Brittany Johnson taking advantage of that tonight for Carroll. She's played really well. All right, the tip controlled by Carroll. Denny will bring it across. And we've got 5 more minutes of action here because 40 wasn't enough. Passed it into the lane, stops at the free throw line. She hasn't taken a shot in the second half. That one won't go, and Farsfield will clear it.
We've had two ties in this game, Joe. 28, and 52 to 52.
Kid from Miles City with a basketball, and it goes to Francis. She might as well shoot it from there. She hit it just a minute ago from further out. She'll back down Dowdy instead. Right hand off the glass, rims around, comes out of there, and Dowdy will clear it for Carroll. Denny works the left side this time, leaves it for Pasta. Out to Hannah Dean. Swing it left side. Man-to-man defense from the Battling Bears. 4:06 to go, 13 on the shot clock. Dowdy in the lane, and she just forces her way in there and forces you to provide some contact. She's been making a killing from the free throw line.
Yeah, free throw wise.
Two free throws.
She looks like she's 3 of 4 from there tonight. No, got to update that.
7 of 8.
There you go. Knocks that one down.
She gets that one to fall.
She'll have another opportunity. Carroll regains the lead by 1. Men's game to follow 20 minutes after this one ends. Dowdy knocks that one down. We'll take a quick break at the end if we do have it end anytime soon. And come back, some quick stats, and then intermission. You want to stick around for that. Swing it left side to Francis, back around to the right side. It's Farsfield to the baseline, leaves it for Jones. Nice pass, but the shot blocked by Dean. Nice pass, but a better defensive play by Dean.
Yeah, great job by Hannah Dean. Not committing a foul there, going up and getting all ball.
Carroll backs it out. Dowdy waves Denny away, leaves it for Johnson instead. Dean's got the ball down the right side of the lane. Whistle, Brooke Jones. Commits the foul, sends Dean to the free throw line.
Brooke Jones for a fourth. 2 free throws, Hannah Dean.
Both coaches picking up a timeout in the overtime period. They get an additional timeout. Hannah Dean at the free throw line. She is 4 for 4 on the night. Make that 5 of 5.
100% from her and her team up by 3 on the 1-800-QUIT-NOW scoreboard. Second shot also rolls in. Speaking of good free throw shooting team, the men's program for Carroll College.
Yeah.
Not bad.
No, they're up there right around
Over
92, I think, aren't they?
They're way up there, yep. Swing the ball to Jewel, almost traveled, but kept that pivot foot down. She'll drive to the baseline and lay it up and in. I just like the way she moves. She is so athletic.
She's got good hops and just a quick first step.
Yep. And her lateral movement, she's quick. Dean into the lane with the left hand, pulls up, back out to Johnson. Carroll up by 4 with 16 on the shot clock and 2:45 to play. Back out to Dean. To Pasta into the lane, draws some contact, shot no good, tries to tip it to Dowdy. Instead, Francis comes out of there with it. Pasta tried to volleyball serve it over the net down into Dowdy, but Francis knocked it loose. Farce feed uses a screen from Francis, right side now Smith. She had one good look early, but Carroll's keeping an eye on Alexis Smith. In it goes to Jones, just powers her way down into the lane, back out to Smith. Now she's open, 3 ball on the way, that's too strong. Carroll battling each other for the rebound, and Denny comes out of there with it. Has it knocked loose. Brooke Jones trying to come up with a steal. 2 minutes to play, Carroll up by 2. And the chess match continues between Coach Sayers and Coach Keller.
Carroll just a little bit quicker. They're getting to those 50-50 balls a little bit more often than Rocky here, though, in this. Actually, in the last 2 or 3 minutes of that fourth period in this overtime as well.
But the Saints turn it over. Johnson went into the lane and had it go off her leg out of bounds. Good defense, good help defense that time. Because Alexis Smith got a hand in there and knocked it loose. So back come the Bears with the ball and a chance to tie or take the lead with 95 seconds to go in this one. Smith to Brooke Jones, who's quickly double teamed and trapped in the corner. And what do we got? Timeout.
Timeout.
Coach Keller's going to use it.
We haven't seen that probably since the first period. Carroll trapped him several times in the corner in that first period.
Yeah, we saw that 3 or 4 times. You're right, over in the first quarter, right over in front of the Carroll College bench. And Coach Keller obviously knew a turnover was forthcoming or something bad for his team. Got that timeout, and now they can reset and inbound the ball. We got a replay here coming up. Ball coming over into the corner, and that's Farsfeet going to the baseline. Leaves a nice pass for Jones, and then Dean came over and
great block by
got a big block there. It's been some great plays on both ends of the court. We mentioned these two teams evenly matched, both 3-1 in conference. That's Jewel going into the lane with a nice soft touch, puts it up and in. Back to live action. The Battling Bears will inbound. On the sideline, about 6-8 feet off the baseline, down here in front of us. Jewel, 6-foot junior out of Billings. Enters the ball to Jones, across the lane on the dribble. Back to Alexis Smith, 3 ball, nope. She had a good look. She got her feet set and couldn't get that one to go. Well designed by Coach Keller. Got what he wanted, but it just didn't fall. In they go to Dowdy. She'll turn left hand up and in.
2 more for Dowdy. That's 21 points on the night for her. She's leading all scores here.
She's just aggressive offensively, just attacking the rim. Farsfeet will work the right side. It goes to Francis. Whistle. That's a foul on Dowdy. Tried to reach in with that inside arm and knock that ball loose, and she knew it. So Francis will go to the free throw line. 15 foul on Carroll. 53.2 to go, 4-point game. Francis with a chance to cut this lead in half.
Francis, a 60% free throw shooter, gets that first one. She struggled a little bit here tonight on a couple.
But she hit the big shot to send us to overtime just moments ago, so all's well for her. Still wants the win, definitely. Gets them both. It is a 2-point lead for Carroll. Here we go again. We'll play till they get really, really tired or somebody wins.
Yeah.
Passed across the midcourt line, or until the, backboard comes off the wall. Is it in Great Falls or whatever that was? Entry pass knocked loose. Sails out of bounds, Carroll ball. That was a strange game. We're referring to the men's game up in, it was the men's game, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, in Great Falls last weekend where they had problems with the basketball standard. They couldn't complete the second half.
Yeah, that was, they noticed that at halftime.
The entry pass, nice job by Brooke Jones. Great hands, good anticipation. Knocked the ball loose, came up with a big turnover, and Rocky with a chance to tie it up. Boy, she just does so much for this team. They enter the pass to her. She'll turn. Dowdy trying to stay with her. Crossover, makes a little room. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Alexis Smith. Back out to Jewel. 13 seconds to go. They're going to go for the win or the tie. To Francis on the baseline, right side. Back to Farsby. Jewel traveled. Yep, Coach Keller knew it. She shuffled both feet. She caught it, thought about driving to the bucket, and shuffled both feet. Costly turnover there, and we've got a timeout. Coach Keller wants to, or Coach Sayers, yeah.
Coach Sayers calling the timeout. Well, I don't know. They're saying Coach Sayers called it. They took it off the board for Rocky.
7.7 to go. Carroll's going to advance it to the midcourt, front court, and inbound it from there, but a tough play. As Farsby that time got the basketball. We'll see it on the replay down here, hopefully. Had a chance to reset the offense and just shuffle those feet. She thought about driving and then pulled back and her feet moved. There's Dowdy going to the basket. So we will have our Montana Chevy Dealers Play of the Game and the Northwestern Energy Player of the Game shortly. I'd have to say a Player of the Game. There's a lot of kids that are in the running for that, but for Carroll, Michaela Dowdy has had a outstanding game.
Yeah, she's definitely the player of the game. Brooke Jones, if you're going to give one for both teams, it'd be Brooke Jones, but Dowdy definitely the player of the game. At this point, we don't know if
we think we only have 7 seconds left. Who knows? So Carroll to inbound out of this timeout. The Wayland Tire game of the week, and it certainly has been. The men's game is going to have to be a great one to live up to, even close to matching this one.
And Carroll will advance the ball to the front court. They'll take it out in the front court now.
You are correct. And Bailey Pasta will inbound right in front of her head coach. Not a good time to make an errant pass right here. He's not going to miss it. Carroll had to take another timeout. Great job defensively by Rocky. A 30-second timeout, but Pasta had no place to go.
No, that was a great heads up, and that's one nice thing about having that play right in front of you in the front court. And Coach Keller playing a little strategy here. He's going to bring in 6'4", 6'5" Olivia James, and I'm sure he's going to put her on the person throwing the ball inbounds, Joe, to try to
the ball of the inbound.
Try to get a deflection there and maybe get a 5-second call.
Both coaches pulling out all the stops here. Again, both teams 3-1 in the conference, along with Providence. 3 teams at 3-1 entering tonight's contest very early in the Frontier Conference, and it's always tough when you play each team twice or more. Pasta gets the ball inbound. It comes into Dean. She'll take one dribble, pick it up. She needs to get rid of the ball, does so to Pasta. And we got a whistle, and that's it.
I'm not sure, did the whistle blow before the...
Nope. Coach Keller looking to get a foul, and he didn't get a call, and he's not very happy, but that'll end it. Carroll able to run out the clock the final 7 seconds, 58-56. We'll break away. We'll be back with a quick wrap-up, and then we'll head to intermission in the men's game after this.
Let me introduce you to the BF Goodrich All-Terrain TA KO2 tire. With technology designed to conquer the harshest terrain on Earth, the KO2 is BF Goodrich's toughest all-terrain tire ever. And now, that Baja-born toughness is ready for you. Whether you're at work or at play, take on your toughest road challenges with confidence. Turn to the experts at Wayland Tire to find the right BF Goodrich tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
Nestled at the base of the Elkhorn Mountains in Montana City, Montana, the Elkhorn Mountain Inn is your ideal location for superb accommodations and excellent service. Opportunity abounds in the great outdoors with convenient access to lakes, biking and hiking trails, golf courses, fishing excursions, and more. Be sure to experience the various museums, shopping, and restaurants downtown Helena has to offer. We'll provide outstanding service and a warm atmosphere for you, including a continental breakfast and free Wi-Fi. Book your room online at elkhornmountainin.com or give us a call, 406-442-6625.
This country wasn't discovered, it was built. One home,
one neighborhood, one school at a time. The future, it has to be built too. Out of concrete, out of drywall and 2x4s. At ProBuild, we believe there's a builder inside us all. We believe it's time we put him to work.
Back at the Carroll College PE Center, let's look at the post-game stats. What do you have for us, Bob?
Well, it's still one of those games pretty much on paper are the same. We'll start with some scoring. First of all, for Rocky Mountain College, it was Smith with 3 points, Michaela Jones with 12 points, Ebony Jackson with 2, Chamberlain with 9, Brooke Jones with 18, Justin Jewell with 3, and Markayla Francis with 9 points. As far as scoring goes for Carroll College, it was Pasta with 10 points, Lyman with 3 points, Wagner with 7, Dowdy leading all scores with 21 points, Solanen with 5, Hannah Dean with 10, Johnson with 2, and as far as turnovers go, these two teams dead even there with 13 turnovers apiece. Field goal percentage, Rocky shoots 36, Carroll shoots 37, three-pointers 31, 38, favor of Carroll, but free throw percentage, the big difference in this ball game. Carroll shoots 95% to 63.
Montana, our Northwestern Energy player of the game, Michaela Dowdy for Carroll College, 21 points tonight, and that'll wrap it up. We're going to send it back to intermission. Hope you can stick with us. We will be back in about 20 minutes with the start of the men's game. Again, the final 58-56. Carroll wins it in overtime.
Truck manufacturers these days are producing some pretty powerful trucks. That's why we designed the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. It's built with stronger advanced compounds that hold up to tougher conditions. The Defender LTX MS has outstanding all-season traction and excellent fuel efficiency backed by our 70,000-mile warranty. So whether it's a working truck or you're hauling your snowmobile or boat, you'll get the most out of every mile. Turn to the experts to find the right Michelin tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
My financial education basically just consisted of advice my parents gave to me.
They start becoming more aware of what their money is doing and what they're doing with their money.
It's relative, it's timely, it's fresh.
Very engaging, it's easy to follow, and it's interesting.
A lot of our classes are preparing us for college and to think, but this one is preparing us for life.
Our mission here at Opportunity Bank is to provide strong financial futures for Montanans, and we believe that financial literacy plays a big role in that.
If you got $5, you could get like 9.96 inches of sandwich. Woo! Or you can get a real meal with a charbroiled double cheeseburger, dog, fries, and a cookie. The $5 All-Star Meals, only at Hardee's. If you got $5, you could fill up on a gas station burrito that tastes like diesel and sadness. Or you can choose a real meal with 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders, fries, and a cookie. The $5 All-Star Meals, only at Hardee's.
What it takes to win is just a total commitment.
It takes, obviously, a lot of preparation.
Focus is everything. It's a high-level game. Tobacco impedes on everything you do in life, whether it's school, sports, work.
Our generation is going to be the next face of America, so refocusing on a tobacco-free generation is really crucial to our future as a country.
I'm refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
Refocus on a tobacco-free generation.
I am refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
I'm refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
A small steel fabrication plant popped up in the heart of Montana. Over time, they built a reputation as solid as their steel. But growing a business requires flexibility. They needed a bank like First Interstate, able to make quick decisions to help grow their workforce and build a strong foundation. Today, their steel supports more than just buildings. It supports communities throughout the region. First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together.
Back at the Carroll College PE Center, set for the men's game, Joe McMahon along with Bruce Parker. And Bruce, welcome aboard. It should be a great contest.
Thanks, Joe. It's always good to come back into the Carroll PE Center and watch two outstanding basketball teams. I'm really looking forward to watching Carroll College. I've seen them a couple times on TV down in Billings, and looking forward to watching Carson Cunningham's squad. At 15-1, this is an outstanding basketball team. With Rocky, a young team, a lot of new faces, and sometimes they play real well. They played great against Lewis Clark State last week in a win, and then they got handed to them against Montana Western, who played outstanding, Steve Keller's squad in that game. So looking forward to seeing two teams. They've had some great matchups.
We're set to go. Betcher and Wyman at the center jump circle, and the ball controlled, as you can see by Rocky, underway. We'll set the lineups here momentarily when we get an opportunity. Glad you could join us here on the Wayland Tire Game of the Week. The women's game just completed. Carroll wins it in overtime by 2. Ball goes to the baseline. That is Samuelson inside. Betcher shot no good, and Imhoff heads the other way with the basketball right down the lane. Attacks the rim, puts it up with the right hand. That won't go, and the rebound ripped down by Cannonen. Quick pace, quickly into the lane. Donald, we got a whistle in the first foul of the game, and I believe that's Match Burnham.
Yeah, Satchel McDonald is a guy that is a newcomer on the team out of St. Louis from the junior college ranks, and he's had some outstanding games. Very strong to the basket. He'll take, if he's got a little bit of an edge there, he's going to go right to the hoop.
They inbound the ball to Samuelson, loses control momentarily. It's regained out on the wing by Wilmore. To Cannonen around the left side to McDonald. Cannonen from the right wing, deep 3 on the way, no good. Rebound battle for it, and Burnham clears it for Carroll. Carroll dropped a close game Saturday night to LC State after beating Western on Thursday night. We got a whistle and the first Rocky foul of the game, charged to Cannonen.
Yeah, heartbreaking loss for Carroll College, losing that after leading by 22 points in the second half.
Just speaks to the Frontier Conference. You better play every minute.
Every minute. And that Lewis Clark team has some outstanding athletes.
Johnson will inbound. He's in there along with Matt Wynham. Ife Kalajeye. And there's Wyman. He'll turn and knock it down. And then Ryan Imhoff, the 5th starter for Carroll. So Carroll up quickly, 2-0. Wayland Tire Game of the Week. Glad you're with us. From the Carroll College PE Center, Joe McMahon and Bruce Parker making the trip up from the Magic City. Drive no good, and the shot up. Satchel McDonald wouldn't fall. And Imhoff will clear it for Carroll.
You know, I think every team coming in here, Joe, has to worry about Imhoff. But, you know, you've got Wyman, and you've got Match Burnham, and you've got Kalajai who can go off and score. So there's really nobody you can just key in on.
Turnover on the Saints, driving the baseline. Matt Wyman, the 6'7" junior out of Great Falls, stepped to the baseline and turned it over. So Samuelson will inbound.
I think it might have been last year when Burnham came down to Rocky at the Fortin Center, made like 19 of 20 free throws and had 38 points.
I couldn't do that in practice if I stayed there all day. They drop the ball inside to Samuelson. He's going to turn, put it up over Imhoff, challenges him, and Imhoff with the rebound. He's coming out of there with it. He'll head the other way quickly to the other lane, put it up left hand and in. He saw an opening and took advantage of it.
Well, he's such a talented basketball player. He did it on both ends of the court there with a block shot. And Jared Samuelson's a guy that's joined the Rocky team this year out of the University of Montana and Billings West, and he has played outstanding in Frontier Conference play.
Air ball put up by Samuelson that time, couldn't find the rim. It'll be Carroll ball on the baseline.
You know, he's had a couple games in the plus 30s, and Rocky, I think, is going to take a timeout.
So Coach Dietrichson wants to talk it over, take a 30-second here. Gives us a chance to catch our breath. 4-0, Carroll leads it on the quit line scoreboard. .30-second timeout, so we will keep it here. As you mentioned before we went on the air, Rocky really ran into a buzzsaw on Western Saturday night down in Billings.
You know, I was at the game. Joe, I've never seen anything like it. They shot for the game 67% in the second half. I think 21 of 25 from the field, and that's hard to do if you just went out with a basketball and shot around the key by yourself. You know, Dom Robinson had 39 points, and it was a phenomenal effort by Montana Western, and they deserved to win that one.
Some nights it's all fallen for it, and it was for the Bulldogs that night. Out of the timeout from the top of the lane, it's Burnham, and he can't get it to go. Imhoff with the rebound back out to Wyman, and they'll reset. Imhoff's doing just about a little bit of everything tonight.
You know, one thing that Bill Drykosen wanted to prevent were offensive rebounds. You don't want to give a hot shooting team like Carroll College more than one attempt, and there they make the good offensive board.
But Burnham backs his man down, but he can't get it to go, and Cannon clears it for Rocky. Back the other way on the move is Satchel McDonald out for Canada. His long ball off the front lip of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Samuelson. He's turning baseline over Imhoff and put it up off the glass and in. So Samuelson, as Bruce mentioned, a sophomore out of Billings, Montana, Billings West High School.
Played his first 2 years at the University of Montana. Last year, as a redshirt freshman, had one game with 27 for the Grizzlies.
Imhoff hits a jumper from the baseline. He's underway. And the Saints lead at 6-2 on the 1-800-QUIT-NOW scoreboard.
I don't think in this game tonight, Joe, we're going to have to worry much about the shot clock.
No, it's turn that thing off. McDonald from the right wing, his tray up and in, or 2-point. He had a foot on the line, so McDonald gets a deuce. A couple of substitutions waiting to check in. Austin Payne seated over there, and Latrell Franklin, I believe, the other one. Baseline, Saints go to Burnham. He'll drive the baseline, put it up and in, and we got a whistle before the shot. So the Saints will inbound on the baseline.
These two guys coming in, both have started at times this year for Billy Drykosen. Austin Payne is an outstanding shooter, so they will get him the ball outside as much as possible.
Dane Warp checks in for Carroll, a 6'4" sophomore out of Havre, Montana.
I like him. He's had some big games for Carson Cunningham.
He came in highly touted as a basketball player, maybe even more so as a football player. He's a pretty good quarterback.
I think a lot of people recruited him as a quarterback.
Yes, they did out of high school. Yep. But I think you realize on the basketball court, there's not 300-pound linemen trying to knock you down, generally. It's a little safer.
So we know he's smart.
He's smart. That's right. Warp has it. He'll go baseline to Imhoff. Samuelson behind him. He'll turn. Right hand off the glass. Soft and just a good soft touch for Ryan Imhoff. He has progressed so far since his freshman year when he came in. Put on about 50 pounds of strength and bulk, but just every year gets better.
You know, and he is just so smart. I'd tell you what I would do. If I was Mike Van Diest, I'd say, hey, you got another year of school. Why don't you play tight end?
How about that? Yeah, that's a good idea. We got a whistle and a Saint foul. It's Imhoff picks up that first foul. Samuelson's going to the line. That's a good match between those two kids, Samuelson and Imhoff.
Yeah, I really like the way that Samuelson has come into this league, and he's figured it out. You know, he's figured out he can score a lot of points if he stays down low, and he's a tough guy to handle. He can shoot the ball from the three-point range, and like I said, he had that one game against Sac State or Southern Utah last year as a redshirt freshman at Montana with 27 points, but just didn't feel like he fit into the Travis DeCure's plans at Montana and decided to come back. And you know, he also had a girlfriend in Billings. What the heck?
That might have had something to do with it, just a little bit. He's at the free throw line. He'll have an opportunity here to add to the Rocky point total.
Got to make those free throws.
Yeah, that's one thing Carroll does very well.
Yeah, one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country.
Yes, they are.
You know, that'll win and lose ball games for you, as we've seen this year.
Yes, it will. 8-5 our score, 15:32 to go on the Montana Tobacco Quit Line scoreboard. Caligier ready to inbound for Carroll.
Nice crowd on hand tonight for a Tuesday night.
Carroll back at it Thursday. Montana Tech the opponent. And I believe Rocky has Tech Saturday in Billings.
Tech Saturday, that's right.
So Wyman will inbound. So some full court pressure put on by the Battling Bears. Carroll works it across to Wyman. Earl Johnson will set the offense. Johnson running the show this year for Carroll.
I don't know if you heard about the Tech Providence game last weekend, and somebody dunked at halftime, tore the rim down, and the game had to be postponed.
They haven't played the whole thing yet. That's what I heard. Yeah, that's amazing. The entry pass from Latrell Franklin sails out of bounds.
Now, Latrell's a guy that can really spark the basketball team. He started about half the games this year, and he can shoot the three, and believe me, he will take the three. And he's puts a lot of life into this basketball team. Really like the guy. He's been a great addition.
Sophomore out of California. Johnson, also out of California, will set the offense for Carroll. Latrell out of Downey, California, to Imhoff. Backs his way in, back out to Warp, into the lane, stolen away. And quick hands by McDonald, heads the other way. Lays it up with the left hand, gets around Wyman and lays it up and in.
Look at the guy's shoulders. He's just so strong.
He could play for Coach Petrino.
Number 20, Satchel McDonald is first, team third.
McDonald picks up his first foul on that change. Here comes Burnham back into the game for Carroll College. He'll replace Ife. Yeah, tough loss at home last Saturday night, as you mentioned, Bruce, for Carroll, up by 20 plus. And the second half really belonged to LC State. Give them credit. They came back from their trip down to from Rocky, came in here, traveled up here. It's a long road trip. First half didn't play so well. Second half, they dialed it in.
And then on Thursday night, Rocky led the entire game, I believe, against them. And And it's one of those things you just waited for them to turn it on, and they never quite did.
Never got the switch going. They did it in the second half against Carroll.
They have really, really talented athletes.
Yes, they do. Year in and year out. Great program.
I wouldn't say they play together great as a team. They have a lot of individuals that can really get after it.
Ball goes to Imhoff baseline. He'll just turn around Franklin and lay it up and in. Felt Franklin on his back and said, this is a turkey shoot. I'm going to the basket. Franklin will push it up the right side to Colin May. Around the left side, back to Franklin. Trying to stay with him is Burnham. Or excuse me, Wyman.
That's 6'8" against about 5'8".
You got her. Danny Betcher, left-hander, fires from the outside, no good.
Danny Betcher's a guy out of Billings West, played for Kelly Dara there, that has really improved this year. He's got a lot stronger.
Backdoor play to Imhoff, whistle, and an offensive foul on Imhoff. Drawing that foul was number 30. Good position. Tegan Johnson got in there and drew the foul.
I think we're going to have a media.
Looks like a media timeout. 10-7 on the Montana Tobacco quit line scoreboard. Saints lead it by 3. We're back after this message.
What it takes to win is just a total commitment.
It takes, obviously, a lot of preparation.
Focus is everything. It's a high-level game. Tobacco impedes on everything you do in life, whether it's school, sports, work.
Our generation is going to be the next face of America, so refocusing on a tobacco-free generation is really crucial to our future as a country.
I'm refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
Refocus on a tobacco-free generation.
I am refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
I'm refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
A small steel fabrication plant popped up in the heart of Montana. Over time, they built a reputation as solid as their steel. But growing a business requires flexibility. They needed a bank like First Interstate, able to make quick decisions to help grow their workforce and build a strong foundation. Today, their steel supports more than just buildings. It supports communities throughout the region. First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together.
Carroll leads at 10-7. A little over 13 minutes to go here in the first half in case you missed the women's game. It was an overtime thriller. Carroll wins it 58-56. They move to 4-1 in the Frontier Conference. They'll play Montana Tech on Thursday night. And the men looking for their fourth conference win.
Right now it's Imhoff 8, Rocky 7.
Yeah, there you go. Franklin has it on the left wing. Around at the top it goes to Payne, who's in the game, to Betcher softly up with the left hand, no good. And Burnham clears it. So Betcher had a good look, couldn't get it to go.
Well, you got to make those go down.
Wyman through his legs to Warp. And we got a whistle. And they're going to get Match Burnham on an offensive foul on a push. Carroll really plays about 8 players, usually 7 or 8 players. Carson doesn't go too deep on that bench generally. But he preaches defense. They work really hard, obviously, on free throw shooting and field goal shooting.
You're going to win a lot of basketball games if you can do that, if you can shoot it and you can guard people, and they really can guard.
Ball is tipped around. Shot no good by Franklin. The rebound tipped around. Wyman clears it for Carroll to Laurel Johnson across the timeline to the top of the key. He'll back it out. Austin Payne keeps track of him. Burnham into the lane. Duck under, put it up, won't go. Betcher clears it. And the Battling Bears want to run. They'll head the other way. Franklin in the corner left side. May really wanted to get out there and get going, but Franklin was actually in his way. Payne down the lane, right side, no good. Off the glass, and Warp clears it. The Bears not shooting real well at the moment. Warp into the lane, he'll lose possession, turn it over again. Franklin the other way, 3-on-2, right down the middle, splits the defense, blocked by Johnson. Johnson got a hand on it.
May transfer from Mayville State.
Where's that?
Played in North Dakota.
North Dakota, okay.
Played in the North Star Conference last year. Out of Wyoming.
Warp with it. Up top it goes to Burnham. His shot no good. And Franklin clears it for Rocky. Payne. Shot on the way. Neither team is worried about the shot clock. We're not even getting close to violations here.
And neither team shooting the ball very well.
Nope. It looks like they're both still trying to find their sea legs here. Both played Saturday night. Both tough games. Both losing Saturday night. Looking for a win here to turn it around. Burnham off the glass, no good. We got a whistle on the shot. Franklin, I think Burnham's got a couple of free throws.
Number 1, Latrell Franklin.
Match out of Spengler, Washington. Spengler, Washington. Looks like Kyle Nichols coming in for Carroll. So is Alex Santos.
Rocky right now 3 out of 15 from the field. That's just 20%, while the Carroll College Saints 5 of 10 for 50%.
So Nickel and Santos check in for Coach Carson Cunningham. Back comes Cannon for a senior out of Roy, Montana. And he replaces another kid from a small town, Tegan Johnson from Dutton, Montana.
Tegan's getting more and more playing time for Bill Drykosen.
Yeah. Into the lane goes Wyman, into the corner. Kalajai, and he'll knock it down. Kalajai knocks it down, a triple. It's 13-7 Carroll. It's starting to heat up here for the Fighting Saints. Battling Bears, as Bruce mentioned, shooting just 20% at the moment from the field. Cannon, left side Franklin, inside to Betcher. Ball knocked loose, hand on it was Wyman. Wyman knocked it loose. Santos comes out of there with it to Burnham up ahead. It's Nickel. Into the lane, Burnham, he'll penetrate, kick it to Santos in the baseline, share the ball. Nickel.
I like the new look of the floor.
Yeah, it's a change.
Here in the PE Center.
Yep.
I'm used to those checkerboards in the end zone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
They're gone.
I asked Charlie Gross, where'd they go? He said, they're gone.
Tegan Johnson back in for Rocky.
Johnson right back in the game. He just sat down. He replaces Chad Cannon. He picks up his second personal foul. Entry pass, nicely done to Wyman on an inbound play. Expertly executed, and the Saints get a layup out of it. So on the Tobacco Quitline scoreboard, Montana Tobacco Quitline scoreboard, Carroll up 15-7. 20 seconds on the shot clock on this possession. Betcher looking inside for Samuelson, not there, so back around top it goes into the hands of McDonald. He'll find Betcher in the corner, his shot no good. Rebound Tegan Johnson. Just got in there and battled for it.
Yeah, Betcher's had some good looks. Nothing's going down for the junior out of Billings West.
McDonald will push it to the left side, pull it back out. Samuelson ball fake into the lane, right through a Saint. And what do we got, a block or a foul? We got a push from the back, I think, on the entry. Much to Dr. Carson Cunningham's dismay and the fans.
Most people not happy with that call.
No, Match Burnham was called for that one. That's his third personal foul. We'll see a replay, hopefully, of that play. Yep, here we go. Opportunity Bank replay. We'll see him come down the lane. And so Wyman got there, but they said he was a little late, a little deep. His buddy Santos wants to help him up, and he just wants to, or Burnham wants to help him up. He just wants to lay there.
And then you can go to the bench and you can bring in a guy that's as valuable like Oliver Carr.
There you go. Samuelson, the assist from McDonald, lays it up and in. It's 15-9. Well executed inbound play that time for the Bears. They go to Oliver Carr, kid out of Bozeman. I believe he was freshman Frontier Conference Player of the Year, wasn't he?
He was, yep.
Wyman, ball fake, backs it out. Around Betcher, lays it off the glass, won't go. Betcher clear it. Good defense by Betcher, sticking with him. Wyman did everything he could to shake him and couldn't get it to go. Tegan Johnson into the lane. Finds Samuelson. Wyman trying to keep track of him. He'll shoot it over him and knock it down. Rocky's starting to warm up.
Yeah, Samuelson, he can shoot the ball from any place on the court. He's really talented inside, but he's a three-point threat.
Kyle Nickel out of Helena Capital with it to Ife Kalajaye. Kalajaye jumps it low to Carr. He's going to back down on Samuelson. Into the lane, right hand, soft baby hook, won't go. Rebound, ripped down by Betcher. Quickly up ahead and on the run, up the left side is Wilmore. His return pass out, top knocked loose. Nickel, 2-on-2. He'll head the other way, pull it back, leave it for Ife. Nickel fires it into Wyman, who can't handle the pass. It's loose out of bounds. And when the dust settles and the floor starts shaking, stop shaking, the Saints get it on the baseline.
Great. I love seeing bodies on the floor. Guys diving on basketballs, trying to come up with big plays.
Basketball's a non-contact sport, Bruce.
Yeah,
right?
Sure it is.
Uh-huh.
Right. We watched that last game. We saw concussions and people's head hitting the floor, and knees, and boy, it was
non-contact.
rough.
That's right. Santos with the ball in the lane, out to Nickel in the corner, finds a wide open Pat Kohlberg. His shot won't go, but a rebound from Santos. Kohlberg and Nickel getting some time today.
He was 6'8".
Yeah.
It's just another 6'8" guy that Carson can bring off the bench.
The recruiting trip for him was a little lengthy. Madrid, Spain, I believe, is where he's from. Imhoff backs his man down, back out to Santos, head fake, drives the left side, pulls up, soft jump shot, won't go. Betcher with the rebound. Santos had a good look, but it wouldn't fall. Great defense that time by the Bears. 15-11 our score on the Montana Tobacco quit line scoreboard. Joe McMahon, Bruce Parker with you, courtside here in the Carroll College PE Center. In it goes to Samuelson. His shot blocked from behind by Kohlberg. Senior out of Missoula said, get it out of here. There goes Imhoff down the lane. He'll fire it left side. Nickel, ball fake into the lane, leaves it for Imhoff. Right down the lane, has it stripped. McDonald with quick hands on the steal, heads the other way on the run around Ife Kalajaye, and he'll lay it up and in. Big play for McDonald, big momentum-changing play. Santos across the midcourt stripe, handled the basketball. His pass to Kalajaye, through his hands. We got a jump ball, and the arrow favors Carroll, but great defense. Rockies really turned it up.
The defense has been pretty good. Neither team has really turned the ball over much. 3 turnovers with Carroll College, and there were 9 turnovers with Carroll, and 3 with Rocky.
Ball
I think 9 seems a little bit high.
It does, doesn't it? Johnson will back it out. Santos down to Johnson, looking for Imhoff. Around Wilmore, he'll lay it up and in.
He's got 10 now, Joe, and he's just unstoppable.
Look easy. Yeah, he just makes it look easy, like he's just out there toying with him. He's got some pretty good athletes trying to keep track of him. Down the lane goes Payne, off the glass, won't go. Rebound Payne, has it stripped loose by Johnson. They give Kalajaye the steal, but it was Johnson who got his hand in there and knocked the ball loose. McDonald aggressively trying to keep track of Johnson, and he just got knocked down. And then Kohlberg hits the floor. What do we got here? Ball out of bounds. It'll be Saint ball.
That pick hurt up here.
It did hurt. He didn't see that coming. Kohlberg set a wicked pick. All right, looks like timeout on the floor. 17-13 our score on the Montana Tobacco quit line scoreboard. And we'll be back after this message.
With Robert Allen Nissan, and it's that time of year again for the Nissan Bottom Line Sales Event. Choose the powerful V8 Cummins diesel or move to the 5.6-liter gas version. Our truck sell line promotion is happening right now. Rebates combined with deep discounts create up to $10,000 in savings. This is the best truck money can buy. Don't take my word for it. Stop and see for yourself why so many truck buyers are switching to Nissan Cummins Titan XD and the new Titan Gas V8. And remember, if you don't buy from Robert Allen, you'll probably pay too much.
Truck manufacturers these days are producing some pretty powerful trucks. That's why we designed the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. It's built with stronger advanced compounds that hold up to tougher conditions. The Defender LTX MS has outstanding all-season traction and excellent fuel efficiency backed by our 70,000-mile warranty. So whether it's a working truck or you're hauling your snowmobile or boat, you'll get the most out of every mile. Turn to the experts to find the right Michelin tire for whatever you drive.
Whalen Tire. We know tires.
The Whalen Tire Game of the Week brought to you by Opportunity Bank, Montana Chevy Dealers, Montana Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW, Northwestern Energy, and First Interstate Bank. Joe McMahon, Bruce Parker with you. It's been entertaining so far.
Yeah, it's nice to see all those sponsors, Joe, that are bringing you Frontier Conference basketball. It's a great league, and all the games are like this. They're all battles.
No matter where you're playing. And a great defensive play by McDonald. Up ahead, they go to Wilmore for the jam. So right now, the momentum certainly has shifted over to Rocky Mountain. See how long they can hold it, but they've got it going right now. Laurel Johnson into the lane, puts it up, partially deflected, out of there with it. Payne leaves it for Franklin, and Rocky wants to push it. Into the corner it goes. Wilmore returns to the elbow left side, looking to get the ball into Samuelson. He's begging for it. He's got a little bit of height advantage on Wyman, but lots in the bulk capacity. He's a pretty strong kid. Franklin drives baseline, flips it up with the glass, no good. Imhoff clears it. Carroll up by 2, 5:23 to play. In the first half, women's game went to Carroll. Overtime, 58-56, Lady Saints. Both Coach Rochelle Sayers and Wes Keller from Rocky Mountain College will be up talking to Bob Ritterat at halftime of this game. Offensive rebound, Matt Wyman, and we got a whistle. And it looks like they're going to get Wilmore, who grabbed Wyman, I think.
Yeah, I think he did. Only the second loss this season for Wes Keller, a team that has already qualified for the national tournament. They'll play in the NAIA national tournament at the Rimrock Auto Arena March 14th through the 20th, Joe. And it's great that the national tournament's coming back to Billings, and hopefully we'll get 3, 4, maybe even 5 Frontier Conference teams in that
tournament. That'd be awesome. And another year after this, right?
Yeah, we have all the way up through 19. That creates some nightmares.
I'll bet it does.
Oh, it's
32 teams, is that correct?
It's 32 teams for 7 days.
Wow.
Well, really 6. They don't play on Sundays, so that's good.
Johnson with it. He'll back it out for Carroll. 17-15, under 5 to play here in the half. It's Santos from the corner. His triple won't go. Rebound McDonald. Pulls it down in front of Kohlberg. Ball fake for Samuelson. He's going to back it out. Reset it to McDonald, who's had a big first half. He's done a little bit of everything. Johnson on the baseline. Out to Austin Payne. 3-ball off the front of the rim. Rebound. Kohlberg had it. Knocked loose by Samuelson. We got a whistle and a jump ball. Imhoff and Samuelson, they're going to say jump ball, possession Bears. Not a popular call for the home fans. I wouldn't want to be an official.
No, it's kind of funny.
Doesn't really matter what you do.
For 11 years, I sat in here and I agreed with everything people
all of a
said.
sudden, you got a different view.
It's funny how things change.
That's right, man. Who's signing your check? Payne from the corner, shot up, no good. Rebound, Imhoff. James Harrison and the Steelers, prime example of that, buddy. Now he's a Patriot. Johnson shot from the top of the lane, no good. Rebound, McDonald. He is all over the court, this kid. Pass to Payne, into the hands of Samuelson. He'll lay it up and in. All of a sudden, we're tied up. So the Bears definitely turn momentum around here.
Yeah, just kind of chipping away. Nothing, no big runs, just chipping.
Playing good defense. We got a whistle. They're going to get Imhoff or Santos. Yep, Santos.
Rocky now up to.
We'll watch that on the replay. Just a screen set by Imhoff. Santos trying to work to the left. Got a ball screen from Ryan Imhoff. He sets the screen. Sticks that right leg out.
Yeah, he stuck it out just right at the end there. He's He's a big man to hit you.
Yeah, but they actually gave the foul to Santos, so he must have pushed with the right arm as he's coming around or something. Santos and Johnson are out, so is Kohlberg for Carroll. Tied at 17. Another Frontier Conference battle going on here. We're getting used to them. Every time they tip it off here, it's always a battle. McDonald back out top, Samuelson. That's Franklin, who is quick as a water bug. There's Tegan Johnson, left side, shot up a little strong off the backboard, and there's Imhoff gathering another rebound. Sometimes he looks like a man against boys. We got a whistle. They're going to get McDonald on that foul.
Number 20, Satchel McDonald, his second team.
Wow, nobody's happy with any call.
No. Rocky coach, Carroll coach, they're both up chipping away at the official.
I just don't think they could pay me enough to do that, to put that striped shirt on.
Why would you want to do that? They must pay him a lot.
You know, I really believe that the Frontier Conference officials do a nice job. Mike Fisher, of course, the head of officials for the Frontier, and I think these guys work hard, and you know they do put a lot of miles in traveling around the state of Montana and over to Lewiston, Idaho, and it's tough.
Yep, and beyond, all points in between. Kalajaya with the free throw.
But I think the worst thing you can officiate is City League. You never want all those great ex-players, you know, that are in there, and every shot they miss is a foul.
You got a point. Franklin will bring it across.
That's the one thing that Billy Rykosen talked about too, is not putting Carroll College at the free throw line. They're such great free throw shooters.
Samuelson gets the feed, turns around, goes for the jam, doesn't get the dunk, but he gets the ball to fall. Yep, he's got 9 points. He's having a big game. Talented player. Big pickup for Rocky Mountain. Speaking of that, Nathan Dick's another one. Shot from the corner from Santos. It won't go. Rebound knocked out of bounds. It'll be Rocky ball. But Nathan Dick coming home to Billings to play football next year for you guys.
I'm really excited about that. You know, the thing about Nathan Dick is he's a winner.
Yeah.
He makes plays. I saw him in the Shrine game. I watched him play a number of times his senior year at Billings Senior.
Just one of those kids that finds a way.
He does.
Yep.
He makes things happen on the field. And I think that Jared Petrino, who is out recruiting, and really Jason Petrino, the head coach, they've done a three.
Yeah, Colin May hits a triple.
I think that's Rocky's first lead.
It is Rocky's first lead, and it's a 3-point lead on the triple from Colin May.
But I know Jason Petrino was just ecstatic and to get him, and there's a nice shot inside.
Assist from Warp, basket to Imhoff. 2 minutes to go. It's a 1-point game here.
Imhoff now with 12.
Rocky 9-6 on the season, 1-3 in the conference, but that one win, a big one against LC State last Thursday. Saints 3-1, 15-1 overall. Franklin to May, who just hit a triple. They'll keep an eye on him. To Johnson, back to May, and Franklin with it. 3 ball for him. On the way. Nope. Rebound, Imhoff. And he went way up to get that one. He'll push it up the other way. Leaves it for Wyman in the lane, off the glass, giving the bucket and the foul. Colin May picks up the foul.
You know, the thing about Ryan Imhoff, he reminds me a lot of Jeff Hayes.
Yeah, great comparison.
A little bigger, but strong hands as you watch this. It's a great pass inside.
Watch him come down the court, see the court. This is your big post player leading the break. Leaves it for Wyman, puts it up and in. And the defense has to respect Imhoff with the ball. They come up, and Wyman just keeps going to the lane.
You watch them when he's underneath rebounding and getting in position. He's got such strong hands that he goes up and if there's a ball close to him, he's going to get it.
7-0 swing now for Carroll after being down 22-19. It's now 24-22 Saints. Betcher dumps it into Samuelson, double team, puts it up over the top of those guys and scores it. Samuelson on fire tonight. Great basketball game, and it's going to continue to be one. Shot clock is non-consequential at the moment. That guy can go to sleep. Who's ever running that? Warp.
That'd be an easy job tonight, wouldn't it? Just so. Reset it. Just reset.
Like a kid playing a video game. Imhoff into the lane with the right hand over the top. No good. Rebound. Warp had it, but Samuelson ripped it away from him.
He didn't make that shot, but how do you stop it?
I have no idea. Rip the standard off the wall so you can't continue? That's about the only thing I know of.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that happens with Keck in Great Falls.
Yeah,
They just
rip them down. Franklin will back it up, set it up. 9 seconds on the shot clock, 23 on the game clock. We tick down the first half. May, 3 on the way, off the back of the rim. Rebound, Imhoff. Plenty of time for Carroll. 16 on the shot clock. Down to 10. Down to 8. Carroll's going to hold. Imhoff with 6. To Santos. Carroll to Imhoff. We're down to 2. He'll step back. 3 ball on the way. Off the back of the rim. No good. And that's how it'll end. Knotted up at 24. So we reached the end of the first half. The Saints and the Bears on the Montana Quitline scoreboard tied up at 24. We're going to break away. When we come back, we hope to have Coach Rochelle Sayers.
Let me introduce you to the BF Goodrich All-Terrain TA KO2 tire. With technology designed to conquer the harshest terrain on Earth, the KO2 is BF Goodrich's toughest all-terrain tire ever. And now, that Baja-born toughness is ready for you. Whether you're at work or at play, take on your toughest road challenges with confidence. Turn to the experts at Wayland Tire to find the right BF Goodrich tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
My financial education basically just consisted of advice my parents gave to me.
They start becoming more aware of what their money is doing and what they're doing with their money.
It's relative, it's timely, it's fresh.
Very engaging, it's easy to follow, and it's interesting.
A lot of our classes are preparing us for college and to think, but this one is preparing us for life.
Our mission here at Opportunity Bank is to provide strong financial futures for Montanans, and we believe that financial literacy plays a big role in that.
If you got $5, you could get like 9.96 inches of sandwich. Woo! Or you can get a real meal with a charbroiled double cheeseburger, dog, fries, and a cookie. The $5 All-Star Meals, only at Hardee's. If you got $5, you could fill up on a gas station burrito that tastes like diesel and sadness. Or you can choose a real meal with 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders, fries, and a cookie. The $5 All-Star Meals, only at Hardee's.
And welcome back to the PE Center here with Coach Rochelle Sayers. Coach, a great win tonight in the Frontier Conference. Anytime you can get a win in the Frontier anymore, it seems like it's a good one.
Well, absolutely. I mean, this league, everybody talked about how balanced and how good it was last year, and I'm not so sure it's not more balanced and better this year. We've lost some of the stars that we had with Fopel and Orlandi and those, but I think the teams just got stronger. So every game is going to be an absolute battle, and tonight was definitely one of those.
I thought I've seen everybody play in the Frontier now, and I thought that these two teams here tonight probably matched up better than anybody that I've seen, though.
Well, Rocky comes in with the #1 defense in NAIA, and they proved just that. I mean, they made everything hard for us, and I feel like we do a pretty good job defensively as well, and so hopefully we were able to make some things hard for them. But it was just a battle, and, obviously, we weren't too excited about some of the turnovers we had late, but I think there's a lot to be learned from when a team, loses their momentum to be able to regain themselves and be able to finish it. And so obviously we were fortunate to win it, but we're happy that we were able to pull out the win.
I thought probably the biggest play for you was pass to making 2 3-pointers in the first half, but that kind of got your momentum going back again.
She's one of those shooters. We didn't get her very many shots. She goes 4 of 9, and we didn't get her too many in the second half. Obviously, they're not going to let her camp out there too much. But, I thought, down the stretch, Michaela Dowdy's free throws were huge. That was really the only thing we had going for us, is to be able to get the ball in the paint. And, if she doesn't make her free throws tonight, we probably don't win that game because, like I said, Rocky pretty much took everything else away from us.
Yeah. One thing that I want to ask you and Coach Keller both, playing two tough games Thursday night and Saturday night, emotional games, and then coming back here on a Tuesday night, I thought it kind of affected both teams shooting right at the beginning. Both teams were a little short on their shots, but you both kind of played through that. But talk about your rotation to adjust for that.
Well, I definitely think it's tough. These short turnaround weeks are tough, so we're definitely lucky to get out of here with a win, and then to turn around and play Tech on Thursday when they're sitting around, waiting for us. It's tough, and I didn't probably get as many kids in the game as I would have liked, and typically we're not playing anybody over 30 minutes, but it just got down and where every possession mattered so much, and you just kind of go with those kids that you feel like understand the situation and can not only help you offensively but can defend. So it was tough. We had to make sure we kept our best defenders in there and then kept our playmakers, and obviously I don't like to see those kids playing 40 and 39 minutes, but sometimes you just have to get it out and do what you can do.
Shooting 90% from the free throw line. As an old coach, do you practice free throws in practice, or do you just let kids go out there?
We practiced it a lot, especially with Michaela Dowdy. That has not been a strength for her, and we knew without Cassie, she was going to be the one that we were going to go to, and she was going to get a lot of free throws. And I challenged her. I said, Dowdy, we need you in at the end of games, and if you can't make free throws, we can't have you in. And she makes them in practice. We put her in a lot of game situations in practice, and I really think the trip to Hawaii was huge. She had 2 games where she shot it really well, and I think she just needed that game experience where she had, she got that confidence from making them a game. And I think probably in the last 6 games, she's been over 80%.
Yeah, but your whole team, but yeah, she shot well as well. But talk a little bit about what you think of the Frontier from here on out. And one thing I want you to talk about is this screwy schedule we got, playing each other 3 times.
Well, I really don't like it. I think it hurts our league. I think our league is so good. You see the records coming into the conference, and then, people are going to, be 5, 6, maybe 7 losses in conference because it is such a good conference, and I think that hurts us. I think we should have, I think 7 teams from our league can go to the national tournament and be competitive, and when we come out of our conference with 5, 6, 7 losses each, it doesn't showcase that. So I think it's tough. And there's no parity when you're playing 3 times, 2 on somebody's home floor, 2 on yours, and then just like tomorrow, or just like this Tuesday game. Then we turn around and play Thursday. Tech hasn't played yet, and then Tech plays us Thursday, and then they travel and play Rocky on Saturday. So I just think I don't know how to make it fair. I mean, volleyball's figured out how to stay home and away, and that's it, and just play everybody twice. I hope we can find a way to go back to that. I just think it's really hurting our teams, and it's hurting all of our chances to get to the national tournament, and I think our teams would represent very well there.
Yes, I do too. Well, Michelle, congratulations on the win tonight. I wish you all the luck in the world except 3 times a year now. So.
I knew that was coming. That's okay. I can appreciate that.
But thanks for coming up and talking to us as well, and good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
All right.
Place where higher education starts at a higher elevation and rises from there. Located in the heart of the Rockies, Carroll College raises the bar with small classes taught by award-winning professors, more than 60 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs, and year-round outdoor fun over every horizon. Carroll College, aspire to go higher.
What it takes to win is just a total commitment.
It takes, obviously, a lot of preparation.
Focus is everything. It's a high-level game. Tobacco impedes on everything you do in life, whether it's school, sports, work.
Our generation is going to be the next face of America, so refocusing on a tobacco-free generation is really crucial to our future as a country.
I'm refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
Refocus on a tobacco-free generation.
I am refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
I'm refocused on a tobacco-free generation.
A small steel fabrication plant popped up in the heart of Montana. Over time, they built a reputation as solid as their steel. But growing a business requires flexibility. They needed a bank like First Interstate, able to make quick decisions to help grow their workforce and build a strong foundation. Today, their steel supports more than just buildings. It supports communities throughout the region. First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together.
And welcome back to the PE Center here in Helena, Montana. Head coach Wes Howard. Coach, tough one to win. I said it was going to be overtime before the game, and it was.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought game. Both teams played extremely hard and physical. Yeah.
You know, I thought I told Coach Sayers I think that these two teams here today probably or tonight probably matched up better with each other than any other teams in the conference.
No, I don't know about that. You know, like I said earlier, I liked our energy and effort. I didn't like our execution and decision making in crunch time. You got to get a shot off that last. You know, we had a turnover and those things happen, but we gotta execute better down the stretch.
Coach, talk a little bit about the playing two tough emotional games last week, and then coming back and playing this one tonight on Tuesday.
I think energy-wise we were fine. You know, we kind of got down early, and every quarter we dug ourselves a little bit of hole, and then we fought back. But these kids are 18 to 22. They got to be mentally tough enough to bounce back, and I thought they did. We gave ourselves a chance on the road, you know, to win the ball game, and the chips just didn't fall our way tonight.
Coach, talk a little bit about what your thoughts are on the scheduling when you got to play each other 3 times.
It's brutal. I mean, you don't want to put twice is enough. 3 times is just it's tough, especially when everybody in our leagues is good. I think this is the best conference in the country, and there's no gimmies.
Yeah, definitely. You know, talking with Coach Sayers, and I think it hurts when you go into that tournament. Trying to get teams from the, at-large bids going into the tournament.
Yeah, I think, we beat up on each other a little bit, but, I think the Raiders around the country realize, what caliber of basketball is here in the Frontier Conference.
Coach, what do you think about that Tech team coming up this weekend?
Tech's good. They play fast. They're athletic. They shoot a lot of threes, and they're a very good offensive rebounding team. So, we got to get back to practice the next couple days and tighten up on some things and have a good film session and move forward.
All right, Coach. Thanks for chatting with us here tonight, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
All right.
My name is Philip Davis. I'm from Boone, North Carolina, and I'm a senior in the Aeronautical Science program.
My name is Margaret Cleveland. I'm a freshman from Broadview, Montana.
Hi, I'm Melvin Ware, a senior from Dunmore, Montana.
Did you know that RMC awarded over $11 million in scholarships this year?
Did you know that 99% of Rocky students receive scholarships?
Thank you for enabling us to be first-generation college students.
Thank you for your investment in our Impact Today, Transform Tomorrow campaign in support of our new facilities.
Thank you for giving me a chance.
Thank you.
There's a new sports bar in town. 17 big screen TVs. Personalized audio every set. DirecTV sports packages. Cable, Roku, webcast. Watch Carroll, Cats, Grizz, or whatever your favorite team or sport is. Or TV show for that matter. Delicious pub food. 36 beers on tap and great service. The newest sports bar in Helena is also the first sports bar in Helena. Bleachers. Inside Bert and Ernie's.
Let me introduce you to the BF Goodrich All-Terrain TA KO2 tire. With technology designed to conquer the harshest terrain on Earth, the KO2 is BF Goodrich's toughest all-terrain tire ever. And now, that Baja-born toughness is ready for you. Whether you're at work or at play, take on your toughest road challenges with confidence. Turn to the experts at Wayland Tire to find the right BF Goodrich tire for whatever you drive.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
Back at the Carroll College PE Center, Joe McMahon, Bruce Parker with you. Thanks to Bob Ritterat for the halftime interviews of both Carroll College head coach Rochelle Sayers and Wes Keller, the head coach of the Battling Bears, Lady Battling Bears, who engaged in a big battle here earlier on, and it was a victory for Carroll. Let's look at the men's game. First half statistics are posted up for you. As you can see, Carroll and Rocky, neither team shooting really well. Both under 40%. Free throws, Carroll 100%, which you would expect from the #1 free throw shooting team in the nation. Rebounds, Carroll 5 more. And turnovers, critical there. I think that Rocky, just 4 turnovers. Carroll with 12 turnovers in the first half. And it's a lockdown 24-24 game right now. Carroll College jumped out to an early lead, but Rocky answered and came flying back to knotted up at the half. First half scoring leaders for both basketball teams. It's Ryan Imhoff leading the way with, I believe, 12 points. We're getting the updated stats right now. We'll take a look at that. Yep, 12 points for Imhoff. He's 6 of 10 from the floor for Carroll. He's got 12 points and 9 rebounds already, so already a big night for Ryan. And for Rocky Mountain College, it is 13 points for Jared Samuelson. He's also 6 of 9 from the floor, and he has 3 rebounds. So both the big guys getting it done for their respective teams. Samuelson for Rocky and Imhoff. I'd like to welcome our network affiliates for today's game. SWX in Billings, Bozeman, Butte, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, and Yakima. We're happy to have you enjoying this game along with us. We're set to start the second half. Bruce Parker, Joe McMahon with you from the PE Center, as I said, in Helena, Montana. Frontier Conference battle. Saints coming in at 3-1 in the conference. Rocky 1-3. Carroll 15-1 overall. Their lone loss last Saturday night on this home court. After giving up a 22-point lead to LC State, they fall at home.
Possession goes to Carroll.
And they've got their hands full tonight. And we had said, Bruce, you made the comment before we went to break, at halftime, not a lot of points in this game. It's a defensive battle. You would have expected more.
Yeah, 48 points, 24 points for each team, and that's just low considering the shot clock was not a factor. Neither team shooting the ball very well, but
under
40.
Man,
it is physical underneath.
It is. Imhoff to Johnson on the baseline. Ball knocked out of bounds. Saints should keep it. Last touch by Betcher.
You know, one guy, Joe, I think that should really be watched in this second half is Chad Cannon, and I don't think he scored in that first half, and he's maybe one of the best three-point shooters in the Frontier Conference.
Correct, he's 0 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, really cold, and he got those 2 fouls, and Billy Drykosen brought him out of the game. But watch him tonight, because he can really get going.
Nice move to the baseline. It's Wyman on the drive after the feed from Imhoff, but they can't get it to finish. And McDonald, who knows one gear, and that's full speed. Down the lane, put it up, in, and the foul.
And a layup, Satchel McDonald.
He just keeps pushing it.
You know, the one thing you look at him, he's only 5'8", 5'9", but look at the shoulders on Satchel McDonald. Look at this move to the basket.
Yep, one big step around Dane Warp, and he got the contact with the ball up off the glass, knocked it down, and he'll get a free throw here.
You know, that's where that drill when you're in practice and they have a big football pad, and they're smacking you with it when they're going in to shoot a layup.
There you go. McDonald's free throw is good. He gets the three-point play. And Rocky up 3. Knotted at 24 at half, just underway. Another battle here in the Frontier Conference. We've come to expect these no matter where you're playing and who you're playing. A lot of parity in the conference.
You know, there used to be times when one team or two teams maybe weren't very strong, but not this year.
Nope, not at all. So it's Imhoff backing Betcher or Samuelson down, but he can't get it to go. Samuelson will clear it up ahead. Wilmore into the lane, kick it back out to McDonald. That's Betcher, or excuse me, Samuelson. He'll turn, find Wilmore, and he'll jam it home. Craig Wilmore, 6'3" junior, Daytona Beach, Florida, gets an easy flush.
Now, Wilmore's not a guy that's going to stand outside and shoot the 10 or 15-foot jump shot, but he loves to dunk. We've seen that tonight.
Yeah, he's athletic. He can get up and down the floor. He can run with the rest of them. Calijehe in the lane, slips, gets the ball to Wyman. He's going to turn. And 5-footer, and he shot at 6 feet. Back out to Johnson, however, on the offensive rebound. Johnson yet to get going offensively. In it goes to Wyman. He'll put it up, and McDonald on the foul. McDonald giving up quite a bit of size height-wise to Wyman, but he's sticking with him.
That's just great passing inside to get the ball.
We'll see him on the replay, on the Opportunity Bank replay here. It's Imhoff with the entry pass. Wyman had a step on McDonald. McDonald came up over his back trying to block on that shot, and with his left hand pushed him. That's where the foul call came from.
They get inside you like that's a good foul. You're going to make him go to the line and earn it and get those 2 free throws. But, you know, when you're playing against Carroll, they shoot free throws so well.
Yeah. It's less of a gamble. So Wyman at the free throw line. And on the season, he's shooting 85%. The team, 83% coming into this contest tonight.
Sound like your stats when you were a player.
I was pretty close to that, yeah. And then I actually woke up and went to the free throw line. No, not exactly, buddy. Franklin will bring it across. 1 of 2 for the line, 29-25. I said 1 of 2. Oh my gosh, a Saint missed. Into the lane it goes to Samuelson. He'll turn quickly, put it up, no good. Good hustle by Wilmore, but he can't save it. Johnson to Nickel, who's in the game early here in the second half. Coach Cunningham looking for some offense. Wyman will turn, go baseline. We got a whistle, gets the bucket. And the outside official said not before the shot. Samuelson picks up his first personal foul. Austin Payne will check into the game. He'll replace Samuelson.
Out of bounds, Saints.
Nickel's still running track for Harry Clark, I believe, isn't he?
I believe he is. Yes, he is.
Outstanding 400-meter runner.
That's right. Forgot about that. Clark Johnson into the lane. Back to Ife Kalajaye, who gets trapped. Comes out of there with it somehow, gets it to Johnson. His shot from the right wing up and in. Laurel Johnson yet to get untracked offensively. Maybe that'll get him going. That's his first bucket of the game. Payne, Cannonen. Coach Bruce Parker says it should be getting going here pretty quick. He's a pretty good shooter. Look for him to start lighting it up here. Franklin in front of the Rocky bench decides to go to the baseline to Betcher. To Cannonen, there's his three, and off the front of the rim. He had a good look, couldn't get it to go. Up ahead to Imhoff, one-on-one with Betcher. Is he going to attack the hoop? Yep, he's going baseline, around Betcher, whistle, foul on Betcher. He just gets his shoulder in front of him. And the official is going to, we'll see it on the replay here in the Opportunity Bank replay. Watching Imhoff notice that there's nobody on the baseline to help Betcher.
Boy, and
He'll turn, go that way, put it up, won't go.
Yeah, but when you're guarding a guy like Imhoff, you need help. You're looking for help.
Yeah. At midcourt, I would. Ball into Imhoff right now with Betcher behind him. Tall order here. He's got him solo. Payne sags down to help. They'll go to Nickel in the corner. Ife Kalajaye out to Imhoff. His shot up and in. So they leave him and let him, pick your poison. You want him to hit that 17-footer or you go to the hole and go around you? We got a whistle. Rocky coach a little upset.
30-second timeout.
Knotted up at 29 apiece on the Montana Tobacco Quitline scoreboard. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more after this.
Brr! Winter's grip is hanging on. Make it through the rest of winter with huge savings and great discounts on every 4x4 and all-wheel drive in stock at Chevrolet Buick GMC of Helena. Lease a new 2018 Chevy Equinox LS all-wheel drive for only $299 a month with $299 to its signing. Or lease a loaded 2017 Chevy Silverado 1500 LTZ Crew Cab 4x4. Now just $499 a month. Even take home a new loaded 2017 GMC Canyon Duramax Diesel Crew Cab 4x4. Lease for only $399 a month. Fight back against winter with help from Chevrolet Buick GMC of Helena.
If you got $5, you could get like 9.96 inches of sandwich. Woo! Or you can get a real meal with a charbroiled double cheeseburger, dog, fries, and a cookie. The $5 All-Star Meals, only at Hardee's. If you got $5, you could fill up on a gas station burrito that tastes like diesel and sadness. Or you can choose a real meal with 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders, fries, and a cookie. The $5 All-Star Meals, only at Hardee's.
Back to the Carroll College PE Center. Glad you're with us, everybody, on our affiliates throughout the Northwest. Great basketball game here in front of us. We had a thriller in our opener, the women's game, a 58-56 overtime victory for Rochelle Sayers and the Lady Saints from Carroll College over West Keller's Rocky Mountain Battling Bears. Great basketball game. And we're set to have another one here. We're knotted at 29. It was at 24. Rocky came out of the half. First couple minutes, they owned the momentum, and Carroll's fought right back.
Yeah, they have. Imhoff's got a couple baskets and some nice passes inside. And Rocky's just got to be patient in this one to get good shots when they're in the half-court offense like this and try to get the ball into Samuelson.
Payne will fire it up from the right wing, and he'll hit a triple. Break the tie. They're up. Bears up 3.
Now, he was cold the first half, but he can shoot the basketball, Austin Payne, a newcomer for Billy Drykosen.
Drykosen always fun to watch, coach. He is animated. You never have to wonder what he's thinking. Imhoff to the baseline, put it up, in, and the foul. Billy in his 18th year, I believe, correct?
It is, yeah. He just went over 300 this year with the win over Yellowstone Christian, and
been very successful.
In fact, when Carroll comes down, we're going to have a little ceremony and present him a basketball from that 300th win. He's just a good man, and you know, fun to be around, fun to watch coach.
He gives you everything he has every night. Watch
he does, and he can get away with wearing checkered pants. And a lot of people can't do that.
Ryan completes the three-point
Imhoff
play.
finishes the three-point play. We're tied back up at 32. Yeah, if I was a referee and Rocky and Western were playing, and you had Keller and Dracozen, I don't know. you must just turn it off. I don't know what you do. They let you know. Franklin will go to the baseline, put it up with the right hand, softly off the glass, and drop it home. He's quick. Cat quick.
Showed a little bit of his quickness. Yeah, he been quiet pretty much tonight offensively.
Good fake for Burnham, and we got Payne in the air.
On number 40, Austin Payne.
You know, a guy that got hurt late in the season last year, and I think that really hurt Carroll when Burnham went down.
Yeah. Agreed.
Team that, you know, ranked number 2 in the country, and that you don't get there without having some talented athletes. And
they lost a pretty good point guard off that team last year, and they've still only lost one game. You know, so I think Coach Carson Cunningham has got it rolling again this year.
You know, wasn't Zach Taylor fun to watch?
Oh my gosh,
outstanding player.
Yep, he was the maestro. There was no doubt. You just figure out when it was time to start really playing, and look out. You just turn it on. Payne. We got a whistle, a blocking foul. Ife Kalajaye picks up that foul.
Ball on Ife Kalajaye, his first.
Yeah, he was fun. He would just toy and see what you needed, distribute the ball, whatever, and if we needed to score, he'd get you some points. And then some. Here's the replay. Good ball fake, starts around him, and Ife just a little slow, sliding to his left. Ball comes into Franklin.
You know, as I mentioned, Franklin started a lot of games this year for Bill Dracozen, and now he's coming off the bench, and I think it's a good role for him because he comes in and really provides a spark.
Cannonen leaves it for Betcher. Into the lane with 4 on the shot clock. Off floater won't go. Imhoff gets the rebound. With Samuelson on the bench, it's Betcher in the post. Here comes Samuelson back in. He's not going to sit very long. Johnson a little out of sync tonight. Laurel into the lane. Imhoff. We got a whistle. And Betcher's going to get called for a foul.
Danny Betcher, you know, played with Samuelson in high school for Kelly Darrow over at Billings West.
Pretty good combination there.
You know, when I first went back down to Billings to be at Rocky, I got a chance to watch a lot of the Billings West games, and boy, those two guys on the same high school team were really fun to watch.
A load for an opposition, that's for sure. Ball inbounded to Burnham, now into Imhoff, and has it knocked loose, recovers, left hand off the glass, and can't quite get it up off the glass. Johnson clears it for Rocky. 14:22 to go, 23 seconds on the shot clock as Wilmore holds it in the corner, starts down the baseline. Nice pass to Samuelson on the drive, and he'll flush the ball, and it's 36-32 Bears.
Now that did bring back memories of me watching you play. Just, you know, the dunk.
Every now and then in my younger years.
Offense.
There you go. Yeah, that's where we ran. I played with Bobby Petrino. There was no half-court offense. Johnson puts the ball up. We got a whistle. Offensive foul on Laurel Johnson. Going to the flow hard is number 30. That's Tegan. Tegan Johnson. We'll watch the replay. Ball tipped around. Imhoff tips it to Laurel. He starts into the lane. I don't know. That was close. It's a bang-bang play. Media timeout. 36-32 our score. And we will break away. We'll be back after this.
I'm out here with
Truck manufacturers these days are producing some pretty powerful trucks. That's why we designed the Michelin Defender LTX MS tire. It's built with stronger advanced compounds that hold up to tougher conditions. The Defender LTX MS has outstanding all-season traction and excellent fuel efficiency backed by our 70,000-mile warranty. So whether it's a working truck or you're hauling your snowmobile or boat, you'll get the most out of every mile. Turn to the experts to find the right Michelin tire for whatever you drive.
Whalen Tire. We know tires.
Hey, what's up? Wait, you vape? You're usually such a control freak. I'm addicted. I used to smoke and vape, and the only thing in control was the nicotine. And you have asthma.
Yeah, but mine's just mild.
Doesn't matter. It can still trigger an attack.
I need to quit.
Quitting is the best way to keep your asthma under control. Health in the 406, my friend. It's good. It's getting better.
Back at the Carroll College B Center, taking a look at the stats thus far. Some interesting things jumping off there, Bruce. And one thing I just noticed is bench scoring. Carroll College, no points off their bench tonight, 0.
Yeah, and that really hurts. But they'd have to have some points off because they've got such good players on that bench. But, you know, Carson's set on, like you said earlier tonight, you know, he's set on 6-7 guys, and that's all. That's all who's playing.
Ball goes into Samuelson. It's stripped loose by Ife Kalajaye, and Johnson comes out of there with. Great defense that time. You look down that bench, though, tonight, he's played probably 10, 11 players. Shot from Johnson, no good. It's tipped out to Imhoff. In the corner. Burnham on the baseline. We got a whistle, some contact, a blocking foul on Austin Payne. Been a lot of those tonight, a lot of contact underneath that basket.
Yeah, it's been real physical and a lot of bodies going down on the floor. And you know, the one stat, you know, as we look at these stats tonight, that really sticks out is the 14 turnovers for Carroll College and now 7 for Rocky.
Samuelson 15 points to lead the way for the Bears, 17 for Imhoff and the Saints. Well,
gosh,
that's Burnham.
tonight.
Yeah, he's missed a couple free throws. He might have to sit down.
I think he's out.
That's
I
it.
think you pull him out of the game.
Take a scholarship away. You can't
send him home. Bring his brother in. What's
right.
that?
Yeah, there you go. Next. Match gets 1 of 2.
You know, watching SWX throughout the year, I get to see a lot of those Washington high school games.
Oh, sure.
I saw his brother play in the state tournament in Washington. He's got a bright future here for Carson Cunningham.
I think you get a reduction on tuition money if you send both kids there. Maybe that's what the Burnham family was saying, right?
I think it's an extra $1,000.
Yeah, that helps. I guess it does. Wilmore shot from the wing, up and in. Wow, Craig Wilmore, 6'3" junior out of Daytona Beach, Florida, a long ways from home, just dropped a triple.
And I told you, he's not a guy that will shoot that many shots out there.
Yeah.
He makes a liar out
You
of
know
me.
these guys well, Bruce. Wyman to Johnson. A 6-point Bear lead. Imhoff, he'll turn, try and cut into that lead. Not able to do it. Ball tipped around. Imhoff with it. Into the lane, some contact. Samuelson to the floor, no call. Ball tipped into the backcourt. And 24 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, Wilmore got way up on that one.
He is. He's an athlete. He's got some hops. Johnson's going to reset it. We go to Imhoff. To Burnham. Turning baseline, whistle. And I think they're going to get Wilmore for it.
The thing I really like when Wilmore comes back from Christmas break in Daytona Beach and he comes back into Billings and there's 17 inches of snow. It's always fun to watch him.
And he got off the plane.
Yeah.
Some guys would just say, oh, no, I'm going back. See ya.
And they left. They all left from Phoenix after playing 3 games in a tournament in Phoenix.
Welcome to Montana.
Well, you know, if you're Rocky tonight, you don't want to keep putting Carroll at the free throw line.
No, you're playing good defense, but you gotta limit the fouls because Carroll can keep themselves in the game from that stripe right there.
2 points for Max.
So Carroll, a little bit of a funk, and it kind of began in the second half against Lewis and Clark State. Dr. Carson Cunningham working his way out of it with these guys. They'll work through it. Very talented team. But right now, Rocky's got their number, and they're up by 4. Ball into Samuelson, blocked from behind by Santos. Wilmore blocked by Imhoff. And Imhoff pushing it the other way to Ife, and it won't go. But we got a foul on Wilmore.
That's
great sequence there. Santos with the block, Imhoff with the block, and then Imhoff leads the break, finds Ife on the wing. Here's the replay. Watch this pass right on target.
You know, there's just not a lot of teams that have 6'7", 6'8", 6'8", 6'8", and you can bring them off the bench as well.
Yep. Move up and down the court. McDonald will check back in. McDonald has been sitting for a while.
He has been quiet here in the second half.
He has.
For a good first half.
First couple minutes of the second half, he had his motor going, but then he kind of disappeared. If I ran as hard as he did for the first 2 minutes, I'd disappear for a long time. Couple weeks.
I think I would have been done after the first minute.
Franklin across midcourt. Crossover, dump it inside. Good backside help from guess who? Superman. Imhoff up the right side with it. Hesitates in the corner. He finds Burnham. He says, you want to shoot it? Okay, bingo. There you go. That might be the play of the game. If Carroll turns this around and wins it, that would be a turning point as Carroll regains the lead 40-39. Imhoff making it happen.
Yeah, that 5-point lead was short-lived.
Very short. Franklin left side. Carroll up by 1 on the Montana Tobacco quit line scoreboard. Johnson to the baseline, picks up his dribble. It's Payne with Ife behind him. Kalajaye puts his hand up, but Payne fires it over him and gives Rocky the lead back. Fred Stadrickson looking to grab, the Cannon's coming back into the game. It's a chess match.
He still hasn't made a three. He keeps trying, though.
Burnham, another one. Yep. Yeah, he gets rolling. Look out. He might be the answer. Sometimes offensively, you can fire up your defense. And trying to get a timeout. And Rocky gets it finally. 43-41. Carroll with the advantage. We'll take a break. Carroll up by 2. Immediate timeout. We're back after these messages.
Hey, what's up? Wait, you vape? You're usually such a control freak.
I'm addicted.
I used to smoke and vape. The only thing in control was the nicotine. And you have asthma.
Yeah, but mine's just mild.
It doesn't matter. It can still trigger an attack.
I need to quit.
Quitting is the best way to keep your asthma under control. Help in the 406, my friend. It's good. It's getting better.
Place where higher education starts at a higher elevation and rises from there. Located in the heart of the Rockies, Carroll College raises the bar with small classes taught by award-winning professors, more than 60 majors, minors, and pre-professional programs, and year-round outdoor fun over every horizon. Carroll College, aspire to go higher.
Back at the PE Center, Bruce, you're taking a peek at the statistics there. What do you see? There's a lot of interesting stuff going on here, but Carroll still no bench points, and neither team shooting very well.
Yeah, Carroll's has been outscored by their bench 10-0, but neither team shooting the ball particularly well. 41% for Rocky Mountain College and about 38% for Carroll, so no real advantage there. Neither team has used the three much. Rocky just 3 out of 12 from the three-point range. Well, both teams, how about that? 3 out of 12 in three-pointers. But Rocky is getting beat at the free throw line. Shot just 3 free throws, 2 out of 3, and Carroll 10 out of 12.
Carroll shooting 20 percentage points less than they averaged on the season thus far. 57% from the floor is their average. Down the lane goes McDonald. Wilmore or Wyman with a block, but apparently he got a foul. Smart move by Satchel McDonald, when things aren't going your well, you're not hitting from the outside. The other team's got the advantage. Head to the rack, and try and draw that contact, and he did it.
Yeah,
smart
you
play.
Stop the clock, and you go to the line. Satchel, a pretty good free throw shooter.
Get the fans to sit back down, right? Students still not back here at Carroll, I don't believe. Have they returned yet? Nope.
No students yet. Nope. And at Rocky, they just came back this week. So we had some Saturday night for our game in the Fortin Education Center.
Satchel gets 1 of 2.
So McDonald makes it a 1-point game, 1 out of 2 from the line. Full court pressure put on this time by Rocky. Out of the timeout, Johnson to Imhoff. Back to Johnson. Carroll does a good job advancing the ball on the pass. Kalajaye.
And I think what you said there is so important. You don't dribble against a full court press. You pass the ball, and Carroll showed it there.
Jump shot from Burnham, no good. Rebound tipped by Wyman, but into the hands of Austin Payne. So back come the Battle Bears with a chance to take the lead right here. It's Payne into the lane. Duck under, put it up and in, and they did it. Bears go right back on top by 1. Great timeout that time for Rocky. Came at the right time. And they've turned it back around. Let's see if Carroll has an answer. Imhoff, baseline. Softly off the glass, no good. Battle for their own rebound. It's loose on the floor. Johnson down there scrambling for it. Possession arrow says the Bears will get it. Good hustle.
Great hustle by both teams there to get after it.
Number 5, Carroll NAIA in for the Bears.
We'll have our Montana Chevy dealer play of the game and the Northwestern Energy player of the game and play of the game. Montana Chevy play of the game. Near the conclusion of this basketball game, a little over 9 minutes left to go. The Wayland Tire Game of the Week. SWX, glad you could join us. Our affiliates throughout Montana, Spokane, Tri-Cities. It's great to have you here. Return pass out top.
Yeah, if I could, Joe, I'd like to say a special hello to John Lagerquist, a longtime voice of the Carroll College Fighting Saints, in the hospital after having his knee redone. So, John, we wish you well and get healthy.
Geez, for a guy that's only, what, 39? That's kind of young, right?
Yeah.
Imhoff to the baseline. There is Santos on the drive down in. We got an offensive foul.
We've seen a bunch of those tonight.
Yep, we have. Alex Santos picks up his second personal foul, 15 foul, 19 fouls on the Bears.
Still no bench points.
There's the replay, and good position that time. Looked like the right call. McDonald standing there waiting for him. Yep, still no bench points for Carroll. And they've got a good bench. You've alluded to it a couple of times. There's some good players over there, and nobody scored.
They've got 16 points in the paint, and they've got 8 points off turnovers.
Colin May.
No bench points.
Colin May had to show his hops to get that inbounds pass. McDonald thought he was a lot taller than he really is. So Kennedy has it on the wing right side, and he almost throws it away, but May saves him to McDonald right in front of the Rocky bench with Santos on him. A switch into the lane goes McDonald. Shot blocked by Wyman, and it hits McDonald. He's laying out of bounds. It'll be St. Paul. Great job by Santos. Good play. 1 point game, 8:25 to go. Both teams looking for a fourth conference win. Or excuse me, Carroll looking for a fourth conference win. Rocky looking for their second. Baseline, it's Wyman off the glass. That won't go. Samuelson, another rebound. He's just been a monster both ends of the court.
He's a guy that can bring the ball up the court, and he's just a talented basketball player, and just a sophomore.
Right side to McDonald. And the crossover, ball knocked loose right back to Samuelson over Santos, up and in.
Well, that's good teamwork there. Satchel McDonald, a give and go to Jared Samuelson. Samuelson's a finisher. When he gets the ball down low like that, he's awful tough to stop.
17 points for him, along with 6 rebounds. Wilmore, 7 points for Rocky. Wyman with it for Carroll, 11 on the shot clock. To Santos, we're down to 8. Into Imhoff on the baseline with 5, double team. Into the corner, Johnson open for 3, nope. And a rebound into the hands of Samuelson. Corrals another one. Carroll shooting 43% from the floor, 35% for Rocky. Six-point advantage for the Bears. And it goes to Samuelson trying to stretch that lead, and he's fouled by Johnson. Laurel Johnson reaches in to try and knock that ball loose. Really about all he could do. And Samuelson will go to the free throw line. 6'7" sophomore from Billings, Montana. As you heard Bruce Parker mention, started out his collegiate career at the University of Montana. And did well last year as a redshirt freshman. Timeout on the floor, full timeout. We're going to keep it here. And we'll look at some Opportunity Bank replays as we have an opportunity. Here is Imhoff accelerating into the lane and laying it up with the left hand. And that was in the first half.
Craig Wilmore in for Rocky.
2 of his 17.
The other way on the drive, that's Satchel McDonald showing some nice crossover move. Put it up with the left hand. You said he's from St. Louis, JC College.
St. Louis, yeah. And you know, he's been a difference in this game. I think taking the ball to the basket strong.
Yep. There's Wyman, Imhoff with the drive, but Satchel McDonald with the steal, and watch him accelerate, cross to the left hand, put it up, and finish it. He's a difference maker. This time he'll fire it up ahead. And Wilmore with the one-handed flush.
Wouldn't it be nice to be able to jump like that?
I'd need one of those round things with that springy thing in the middle, right?
Yeah, a little trampoline. Yeah, I think you'd look good on one of those.
I could try it.
You know, it's funny, we talked a little bit about Sean Samuelson transferring back from the University of Montana. And, you know, Sean, such a class guy, great student, but he had nothing but positive things to say about the Grizzly program and Coach Travis DeCure.
Yeah.
And, you know, he'll always be a fan. Obviously, his dad played at the University of Montana, Sean Samuelson, but what a great addition to the Rocky program and to our campus. And, you know, he's talented in the classroom and he's talented on the court.
A local kid helps to sell a few tickets too, get some more people in the seats, you bet.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
You know, when him and Betcher are both on the same team, I always like it when Bill recruits the local student athletes.
Absolutely.
Or anybody from the state of Montana.
You bet. Jared at the free throw line, having a great night tonight. Stretches that lead back up to 4 with just under 7 minutes to play. 6:58 on that clock. Time beginning to become a factor, but still lots of time left. Neither team scoring a lot of points tonight. Some tough defense being played on both ends.
2 points for Jared. Danny Betcher in.
Betcher will check in. Samuelson will sit down.
Rocky now up to about 43% from the field. Carroll College sitting at about 35%.
Carroll across midcourt. Kalajaye will set the offense. Kalajaye has been very quiet offensively tonight. Ball comes back out to Wyman. Into the corner, it goes to Burnham. Santos alone for 3. Has it, can't get it to go. Had a great look, but can't get it to fall. You're almost too open on a shot like that. There's nobody near him.
You know, it's been pretty quiet here lately in the second half is Imhoff.
True. He has. He's got 17 on the game, but lately not a lot of noise. Kalajaye 7 points, 11 for Burnham, and 17 for Ryan Imhoff.
17 and 14 rebounds. Wow.
It's a monster.
Just an average night at the office.
Payne, ball fake, gets around Santos, finds McDonald on the left side, back out to Payne. 6 to go, 5 seconds on the shot clock, 6 minutes to go. And the shot no good, a forced shot by Cannon. Chad Cannon, the senior out of Roy.
Won a state championship with Roy Winifred. I like watching those Class B, Class C games. One of my favorite teams is Reed Point Rapple-J. I got some guys that did internships for us at the national tournament, and they always wish the Rapple-J guys good luck.
There you go. Into the lane, Imhoff, right hand up, no good with the right hand, but Betcher is going to get cut. Called for the foul. So Imhoff will go to the free throw line. It's a 5-point game. Betcher picks up his 4th personal foul.
2 free throws, Ryan
So Imhoff will head to the line. He averages 21 a game. He's getting close to that right now. Free throws from the line, he's 84% on the season. And I jinxed him.
That's 3 tonight.
I know.
Joe, that's interesting. You don't see that very often.
Nope.
Would like to remind everybody about the national tournament in Billings at the Rimrock Auto Arena, March 14th through the 20th. Tickets are on sale for the women's national tournament right now by calling the Metra ticket office.
Ryan gets 1 of 2, 18 on the game. To Carroll down 4 with 5:40 to play. McDonald with Kyle Nickel keeping track of him. To Kennanen, and we got a whistle, timeout. Rocky Didrikson saw something he did not like, and he's talking to Samuelson about it.
Full media timeout.
Like the Wayland Tire Game of the Week is brought to you by our sponsors: Opportunity Bank, Montana Chevy Dealers, the Montana Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW, Northwestern Energy, and First Interstate Bank. Glad to have you all with us. Bruce Parker, Joe McMahon here.
enjoying another battle in the Frontier Conference. Battle in night. Doesn't matter if you're down at playing Lewis and Clark State, if you're in Dillon, if you're in Montana Tech, you go to Great Falls or go to Havre, wherever you are, go to Billings, you got a battle waiting for you.
Yeah, I really believe that. Last week, the 2 games in the Fortin Center in Billings, LC State, they came in with a very talented team, and the Battling Bears got them. And also, Montana Western comes in on Saturday night, and I don't think I've ever seen a team in the Frontier shoot like Steve Keller's squad. Dom Robinson, 39 points. Darko Kelly, 25 points. They brought in everybody. They brought in the bus driver, and he was making
he was making them. Every now and then, if one guy gets locked in, it can become contagious, and everybody just feels it that night.
Who shoots over 70% in a half?
No.
I mean, I don't think anybody. But
well, Coach Keller will tell you he did one time, but that's probably not true. But yeah, you're right. I don't know. That's amazing. That's just
I always like it when Montana Western comes in, because the Keller clan comes in and they buy a lot of tickets.
Yeah, they
so
do.
It's really good.
Yeah, they all show up.
We're excited about SWX coming in for a couple games in Billings.
Absolutely.
At the Fortin Center. I think when these 2 teams meet the next time, it'll be an SWX broadcast.
It's worth taking the time to watch as Wilmore fires it up from deep as the shot clock runs down. No good. Whistle. Samuelson with the rebound, and he's fouled. He's going to go to the free throw line with 5:16 to play. So let's see how this final 5 minutes plays out. Because really in the second half, after being locked up at the half,
Samuelson shoots the 1-1.
at 24, Rocky really has had the upper hand. Samuelson continues to have a good night from the free throw line. He knocks down another one. He is 4 of 5 from there. I think that gives him 20 points on the evening.
Jared makes 2.
You got a big guy like that can take the ball down low and inside, and he can make free throws. You're gonna score points.
And there's 2 of them on the court tonight, 1 for each team.
Yeah,
it's fun to watch.
Same way.
Yep.
Exact same way.
Wyman has it in front of the Saint bench. To Imhoff.
Understand Imhoff wants to go to medical school. Great student.
Yes. In the corner, Nickel, 3-ball on the way. Rattles around, comes out. The rebound tipped up. That won't go. They've had some looks that just wouldn't fall. This crowd ready to explode with a bucket here.
I think they are. They're just kind of sitting on their hands right now.
16 on the clock as Wilmore starts to dribble to the top of the key to Cannon. Now to McDonald on the right side. Burnham keeping track of him. Payne. We're down to 7. They're running some clock this time. In the corner, it's Samuelson, long ways from the basket. He'll leave it for Kennedy. Shot blocked out of bounds with 1 second on the shot clock. So Rocky will inbound the ball.
It's going to have to be a catch and shoot situation for the Battling Bears.
And they're going to stack on the left lane. Obviously trying to get the ball to Samuelson if they can. He caught it. He's going to have to turn around and flip it, and that goes off the top of the backboard. So that's a shot clock violation. One of the few offensive possessions that haven't gone well for him in the second half.
Yeah, good defensive effort there by Carroll College. When you're not on all 8 cylinders on the offense, you can depend on your defense to come up with some big plays like they did there.
So back come the Fighting Saints. Nickel with the ball on the left wing. Looking inside him.
8 cylinders be good?
Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
I'd take 4 now. Right? Used to have 8. I don't know what happened to him. Imhoff, too many birthdays. Into the lane, put it up, no good. Rebound, Samuelson.
Jared's having a nice ball game.
He is just an all-around game. Yep, he's the leader on the court right now for them. He's their go-to guy. Cannon to McDonald.
If you watch it defensively by Carroll, when Chad Cannon gets the basketball, they are not giving him any room to shoot.
Payne, shot over Nickel. That won't go. Rebound, Burnham. Get out of Washington, rakes it down, and leaves it for Ife. Ife Kalajaya across midcourt. Carroll down by 6. 3 minutes to go, and Coach Cunningham says, we got to talk this over. We got some problems here. So we'll keep it here. Great basketball game. The Wayland Tire Game of the Week. Glad you could join us. It has been a battle back and forth. We'd like to welcome our network affiliates for today's game. SWX in Billings, in Bozeman, we're in Butte, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, and Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, and also in Yakima. We're happy to have you enjoying this game along with us on SWX. All right.
Tuesday night, it doesn't feel like Tuesday. Good
It
crowd on
doesn't,
hand,
yeah.
Even with no students on campus, and great support here and in the Frontier Conference. Boy, the crowds when you go to Northern, MSU Northern.
Yep.
What Christian Oberquell has done up there, and at Montana Tech with Matt Steppen, the athletic director, and
Down to Dillon, right?
Dave Gant, the athletic director now at the Providence.
Yep.
And his new associate athletic director, Joe, you're familiar with this name, Doug Hashley.
Oh, really? Yeah.
He's come down from
That's right.
Western Montana, and it's great to see Doug in the Frontier Conference. I still think, I happened to be at Montana State when he played for the Bobcats.
He's a big boy.
I think he's the hardest working student athlete I ever saw in all my years in athletics, and that's about 40 years.
Yep.
And it's good to have Doug in this league.
If he's in a crowd, it's not hard to. It's pretty hard to miss him because that guy has some of the broadest shoulders I've ever seen on a human being. He is huge.
Broad shoulders and a big smile on his face.
Oh yeah. Don't let him shake your hand. You might not get it back. Yikes. Yemhoff, push it to the right side into the lane. Now in the corner, Nickel, 3-ball, another one open. That one won't go. Rebound, McDonald. Boy, Nickel's been locked and loaded, and he just can't get it to fall. Payne up the right side to Cannon. He'll dump it over the top to Wilmore. He'll lay it up and in. Stretches that lead up to 8 with 2:49 to go. Rocky Mountain has things rolling their way right now with 2:40 on the clock. Couple of open looks for Kyle Nickel, could not get him to fall. They try a lob to Wyman. He kicks it back out to Burnham, blocked by Wilmore. Great defensive play.
This is where you want to be real careful. I'm not sure an alley-oop is what you want to do when you're trying to get back in it, but this is where now Rocky needs to take some time off the clock. They're in the driver's seat now with that big lead.
Down the lane, McDonald, he'll put it up and in. Great play. Ransom clock. Got a step on Nickel into the lane, used his strength, put it up and in. It's a 10-point lead, 2:11 to go. We'll keep it here, but what a great minute and a half there of basketball for Rocky Mountain College. Just
really
powerful on both ends of the court.
The crowd's quiet. This can be a dangerous crowd. When this crowd gets into it and gets going, it's very loud in here. And this has been a great effort for Rocky tonight. They certainly have shot the ball. They've taken good shots. You don't see many bad shots this evening, and Jared Samuelson obviously has been the guy.
Carroll's shooting percentage down to 31%. Rocky at 41%. So as you mentioned Providence, now that game up there last weekend that ended at half. What's the plan? How are they going to finish that out?
Well, for Rocky tonight, I think what they want to do is they want to take their time getting up the court. They want to go into their half-court offense because they've done a good job of getting Samuelson open. And then if he's double-teamed, a guy like Satchel McDonald is taking the ball to the basket and scoring. I think what the Carroll has to do here in this, the final 2 minutes and 11 seconds is not just worry about getting the ball to Imhoff. You got guys like Burnham and Wyman that can shoot the ball as well. Try to get the ball maybe to them to open things up for Ryan Imhoff. And I really think that he's been so quiet here in the second. I'm not sure, Joe, that he scored
Imhoff?
In the second half. I think he had 17 at half, didn't he?
I believe he did. I think he didn't get a couple free throws. I'll have to wait till this reloads, but he's got 18 on the game. He got that one free throw.
One free throw in the second half for Imhoff.
Back comes Carroll with the basketball as Rocky Mountain jumps into a 2-3 zone. Switch the defense up out of the timeout, try and throw Carroll off. It slowed him down a little bit. Right side, Kalajaye, ball fake. Into the corner, dribble hop through the lane is Burnham. He can't get it to go, but the rebound tipped out to Wyman. 10-point game, Wyman to the rack, can't get it. The ball's loose, picked up by Wilmore. Wilmore will push it up the left side, up ahead to Austin Payne, but too strong, a turnover Rocky.
You know, what you don't need to do is get down the court quickly.
Back in for Carroll.
Take your time. Take some time off the clock. We're at 1:35 right now.
Laurel Johnson will check in for Carroll, replacing Wyman. So 6'7" junior from Great Falls will take a seat. Laurel's been fairly quiet here. Dane Warp also in the game. Generally a pretty good three-point shooter from Haver. Into the lane goes Johnson. Baseline pass to Imhoff. There's a bucket for Ryan. Gives him 20 on the game, and it's an 8-point game, but just over a minute to play. Minute 17.
I think his first bucket in the second half.
Good job for Rocky defensively. We got a whistle, and it looks like McDonald's going to go to the free throw line.
Anife Kalajai is second, team A. Satchel McDonald at the line for the 101.
So we got to start looking for a player of the game here, Bruce, and we have a lot of qualifications here, but for Rocky, in control of this game right now, I'd say it's number 34. You got anybody else? What do you think?
I think Samuelson or Imhoff, you know, depending on who wins the basketball game.
Right now it looks like it's going to be Jared Samuelson.
Yeah, see, now that's a good job there to hold things off. But, you know,
8-point game. Here comes Carroll trying to get a bucket here. Imhoff for three from the corner. Nope, off the front of the rim. And we got a whistle. And I think they're going to get Cannon on the foul. He's trying to back Ife Kalajaya into the corner. It looked like Kalajaya was trying to crawl over his back.
Wow.
2 free throws, Ife Kalajaya.
So they're going to put Kalajaya at the free throw line. But I'd say certainly we have a lot of worthy guys, but the Montana Chevy dealers Northwestern Energy player of the game. Right now in my mind, Jared Samuelson, number 34, he has had a tremendous game. Kalajaya's free throw up and in. In fact, he is 8 of 13 from the floor, 21 points for him. He's got 11 rebounds.
Double-double for Samuelson. Yep. He's had a bunch of those this year.
Ife connects on the first one. This one will drop it down to 6 with just under 50 seconds to go. He gets them both.
There's still a lot of time left in this game.
Yep.
You got to take care of the basketball.
McDonald will push it up the right side along the line to the basket. Laid up, no good. Rebound Wyman. Up ahead quickly to Johnson. In the corner, it's Match Burnham. 3-ball, bang! All of a sudden, a 3-point game with 35 seconds to go.
You know, interesting. You know, when you have an 8-point lead, you probably don't need to
push
fast break.
Yeah.
You don't need to take the ball and get a shot like that. I think what you want to do is pull it out and take your time, run some.
You see the replay here as as Burnham hits the shot from the left side to bring Carroll within 3. But yeah, you're talking about McDonald got that ball on the inbound and just took off up the right side, got a step on the defender, went right to the basket, but couldn't get it to finish.
I always had a coach that told me, "What's the hurry? Where are you going?" You know, that's the thing. You know, bring it back out, eat some time off the clock. At worst, you're probably going to get some free throws out of it.
Yeah.
But give credit to Carroll. You know, they've been cold in the second half, and now they've hit a couple big shots.
And they're still very much in the game with 35 seconds to go. It's all in Rocky's hands here. They've got an opportunity to steal win here in the capital city, but they got to play the last 35 seconds. Can't stop playing.
On a 7-0 run.
Samuelson breaking that press up ahead to Cannon. We got a whistle as Laurel Johnson's going to foul him. And that'll be team foul number 9. That'll put Cannon at the free throw line. They were quick to foul him. So let's check his free throw percentage on the year. It is 90%, 91%.
He's you know, I don't want to jinx him or anything, but he's a good free throw shooter. And
stretches that lead back up to 4. With 20.
See, I told you he was going to score. Yeah. So he hasn't made a 3 tonight, but these are huge free throws for Chad Cannon.
And he gets 1 of 2. Up ahead to Johnson with 24 to go. 24 seconds. Carroll's in a hurry here. Burnham on the drive on the baseline. Shot blocked and just swallowed up by Samuelson. Great play. What a play by Samuelson. He may just have locked up his player of the game.
Yes, as many good plays as he's made rebounding and offensively tonight, that's his best play of the game.
Huge. Came to help on defense, swatted that ball away without fouling, and Rocky came out of there with the ball. So Cannon will go to the free throw line. Carroll down Carroll down 4. Rocky looking to extend this lead to 6 if he can get them both. With 15 and 4/10 left to go in the game, it's now a 5-point game. The Northwestern Energy Player of the Game, number 34 for Rocky Mountain College, Jared Samuelson.
You know, this guy here at the free throw line has been one of my favorite players to watch in my 3.5 years at Rocky, because he just makes so many big plays. He shoots it so well. And I remember at Montana State last year, he came off the bench in that game, made 5 3-pointers in the first half to give the Bobcats, or to put the Rocky over the Bobcats 25-13. I mean, it was a loss in the end, but it was sure fun to watch.
Unbelievable. So timeout on the floor. Coach Carson Cunningham trying to figure out what to do. He needs 6 points, and he's got 14 seconds. Yeah, still no points off the bench for Carroll College. That is unbelievable. I don't know if I've seen that in a long time.
Yeah, 12 points for Rocky off the bench and 0 for Carroll College.
Especially when kids like Dane Warp have got quite a few minutes tonight. Kyle Nichols been in there quite a bit. Patrick Goldberg was in there for a little while. No points from him.
Santos, missed a couple threes.
Alex Santos, Oliver Carr played just a little bit. They'll inbound the ball, and it's stolen away, and that may do it. Earl Johnson's going to foul Samuelson, send him down for a couple of free throws, but Wilmore's steal may have sealed the deal. So the women's game goes to Carroll in overtime, 58-56, the men's game. Rocky Mountain turns the trick, and they are going to improve in the conference to 2-3 overall.
Well, it sure makes that bus trip home to Billings a lot easier.
Doesn't it, though? Even if it is snowing on you, I hope it's not.
I hope it's not snowing or raining.
Turning to ice on the Livingston Hill. Right? So Rocky will move to 2-3 on the season, 10-6 overall. Carroll, second consecutive home loss, now 3-2 in the conference, and 15-2 overall.
Samuelson, I believe, 23 points, 11 rebounds.
That's what it looks like, yeah. 8 of 13 from the floor. After those free throws, so Burnham will go to the free throw line for a couple of free throws here at the end with under 4 seconds to play. 2 straight home losses. It doesn't happen very often for Coach Cunningham, and he'll get it turned around. Tech coming in on Thursday, or Tech Thursday. Is that a home game? I'll have to look. I don't remember.
I thought that was at Tech.
I think you're right.
Tech will be at Rocky Saturday night.
Yeah, I believe you're all correct. So Carroll's got to go to Butte in a couple days. That's not an easy play to win either.
Well, if you get a pork chop, it's all worth it.
You know, that's true. That's true. It's only an hour from here, so sometimes just the drive over there is worth it, right? Get a couple of them. That gets the free throws down. It's a 5-point game, and they're just going to run the clock out, and that's it. So we're going to wrap it up with some quick statistics here and call her good, but Battle and Bears, big game for Rocky Mountain, Bruce, and big win for Coach Bill.
Yeah, for Bill Drykosen, it was one that he really needed, Joey's. Came in 1-3 in the league, and you can pick up a couple road wins. You're going to be right in the thick of things.
Yeah, and you got to enjoy every one of them. 31% free throw or field goal percentage for Carroll, 41% for Rocky. And then we mentioned the leaders: 23 points for Samuelson and 20 points for Imhoff leads the way. Max Burnham finishes with 17, 12 points for Satchel McDonald. And that'll do it. That'll wrap it up. The Rocky Mountain Battle and Bears win tonight in the capital city, 59-54. Women's game goes to Carroll, 58-56 with Bruce Parker. Hey, I'm Joe McMahon. It's been fun, Bruce. Thanks for helping.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let's do it again.
All right. Have a good evening, everybody.